Hello. How's everybody doing on this fine Wednesday? We are a little tardy and homosexual because of Spoon, as
So I do
always.
apologise for my sort of tardiness. I was trying to find a file to troll the young lady to my left. The problem is it doesn't loop really well.
Well, it seems that you've become infected with the Johnny Depp thing. Also,
Whatever do you mean?
you were so averse to this at first when everyone's like, "Hey, you kind of sound a little bit like Jack Sparrow. You should do that," and then you were like, "No, I'm not going to do that." And now you apparently can't stop it. Is this what you were worried about?
No, not at all. I just thought it would be rather amusing. And also, if you must know, there is absolutely no way in hell I could do this voice without sort of posturing in the weird way that he does. In a sort
Yeah.
of camp-like way that he's kind of somewhat drunk, sort of sober, and he's trying to not be drunk while it's very obvious he's drunk, trying to maintain he's sober.
Well, things actually speaking of which this has not been the best day for the Depp trial actually, but I'll have to see at some point later.
What I look like when I
Uh,
do this?
yes, at some
Absolutely
point.
not. That's
No,
completely
you
out
can
of the
show
question.
me. You can show me. You have to do it on the stream.
No, absolutely not. On stream, absolutely no. There's no way in hell I'll be doing that anytime
Oh
soon.
my.
Verification. Why on earth is this thing asking me for verification?
Actually, well, we also got rum today, actually. And congratulations on getting your degree, Rat King, in the chat. How are you guys doing? A lot has happened this week. What was that? The hell was that?
I fucking know. Who the hell is asking me now?
Oh, your phone. Dude, look at this unprofessionalism. Usually it's me.
Silence you! I don't need your sort of tardiness now, young lady. I don't know what the hell this thing's even doing right now.
Well, while he's dicking around on his phone, a couple housekeeping things I thought I'd get to at the start here. If you become a channel member, there's emojis. We'll do other stuff to put into it. I don't know. Oh, and I think that there's and this relates to it, right? Some of the memberships, I can't remember which one. I can go find it in a minute, though. Also gets a discount on my merch store, and there's new merch for the podcast on the merch store. It's linked in the pinned comment if you want to see what it is. It's basically the logo and the character character art. I actually really want to get the pint glass personally because it looks freaking dope. Spoon, of course, designed the logo for the show actually, and then Penny, Pencil Cookie at Pencil Cookie on Twitter, she did the character art, and Penny's art is always awesome. Thanks for stopping by, William Nunya. Anywho, so yeah, as I was saying, a whole bunch of things have happened in this last week. It actually feels kind of crazy. Like when I went to go put together the show today, I was like, what should we put in it? And I realized, oh my god, so many things have happened. It feels like it's been more than a week. I mean, I know that last week was really busy because we had the talk with Destiny, then we did the regular show, and then I went live with my video on Saturday. So it was a bit of a busy week last week, but and I've been working on a video about the.
So wait, it works now. Sorry, wait, am I doing that live?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, I'm not. Oh, for once I'm not muted. Shit.
Oh my god.
What was I saying again? Oh, sorry.
I don't know Spoon's thoughts on Tullamore Furious Dan, but it's my favorite. It's my favorite.
Tullamore. What? What are we talking about? Whiskey.
Do you like Tullamore?
It's not exactly a bottle I'd reach for immediately.
I love Tullamore.
I'm more of a rum kind of person. No.
I always liked Tullamore, and then one time I was at this oh shit, what's it called? They changed the name now. It was at an Irish pub that was named after some Irish poet, and I can't remember which one it was now. But it was at this pub that was near my job at the time, like within walking distance, like not even within walking distance, like half a block away. I used to go to that pub a lot. I just walked in, and someone walked. Oh, I was meeting my friend there for drinks after work, and somebody at the pub walked up to us and was like, "Hey, have you tried Tullamore Dew?" And I was like, "I think I have." My friend had not, and so they said, "Would you like to try it?" And they both gave us a shot of it, and we were both like, "Ooh, yeah, this is really good." I think I'd had it one more time before, but I was like, "This is quite good whiskey." And I said, "We'll both have a glass of it on the rocks." And they were like, "Yay, you won. We're actually promoting it." here. That's why we gave you a free shot. And then they gave us like t-shirts and like merch and shit. So I have like a bunch of Tullamore Dew merch because I just got it randomly by being at a pub.
Oh, so by the way, Irish whiskey. If you're gonna do Irish whiskey, a good sort of medium. We're going above Jameson and above Tullamore. I would even argue is Redbreast 12. That's a good one. Trying to think of what.
We shouldn't have gone down this road.
No. Green and yellow spot. Yellow spot is god. Yellow spot is magnificent.
Yellow spot is the best. I've had green spot.
Yellow spot is my god. Yellow spot is a bit expensive. It's like €75 a bottle. Yeah, it's not the cheapest bottle, but if you drink it, you'll go, oh my god, I can see why this is €75. Another one is, hold
on. For just whiskey or for? I mean, obviously, Rackets has a bunch of recommendations.
Hold on a second. Wait, hold on.
Irish whiskeys. He's got to go look at his. He's got a whiskey shelf behind him.
I forgot the bloody name of the thing. Oh, Copper Alley. There we go. Liberty's whiskey. There we go. Sorry.
He's stuck in this Johnny Depp thing.
That is a 10-year-old Irish single malt. Sorry, I hadn't had the whiskey in so bloody long. I forgot the bloody name of it.
You really are stuck in the Jack Sparrow thing. It's kind of bizarre.
No, that's my normal voice. No, the Liberty.
Your normal voice is more Irish than your assumed one. Your received pronunciation you do on the internet.
Listen, young lady, I'm not a terrible fan of where this is going.
Oh no, it's back.
And if you keep sassing me, then I will keep this accent up permanently.
Yeah,
just to annoy you. And believe me, I'm more than capable of doing so.
I think it's fucking kawaii. I'm the one who told you to do it in the first place. Oh, what I was going to say before is that, I think
do you know why I actually started doing that?
Why?
Because
people were asking you to.
Yes, but I realized when I was recording with it, I make way less mistakes.
Really?
Yes, significantly less mistakes. Like 90% less mistakes.
Fewer.
Fuck off.
Sorry, I had to grammar Nazi my way in there just a little bit.
Because I speak slower.
Well, that's probably why, yeah.
Yes. And then, also if I'm doing the voice, I actually have to act. Like, my hands wave around like he does in the movie.
Yeah. I mean, do you do that? Sorry, guys, we'll get to the news. Let's get raw.
At some point, yes.
News. I'd sure like to get right into the news sometimes. But what I was, God damn it, now I lost my train of thought. Everybody I know who does YouTube, who does recorded videos, does that too. Like when I'm recording, I get hand motions in there, and I find that when I do that, I have less mistakes. Also, oh no, I did it now. Fewer. Now I did it.
Yes, you got a few mistakes, English. That's one less mistake now. Ha ha.
Aha. Well. Speaking of mistakes, it seems that the Biden administration has made one again in terms of the. I know.
Which story?
That could refer to anything. Let's start with just because it's the first one I have. Did you add your topic to the Google Doc?
I have not. Well, I'll get it together when we get to the story.
Okay, but first, the Orwellian. What was it called? Disinformation Governance Board.
Yes.
Through the Department of Homeland Security they put the kibosh on it.
Ha 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 ha
ha. Aha. We've got this first article from the New York Post. It is terrible.
There we go. Look, there we go. It's right there.
Just terrible.
I imagine that was a face she pulled when she found out she's not going to get the job anymore.
Probably.
Good.
Well, I don't know. Is she going to get it or not?
They couldn't handle the truth. That's quite
seems that way.
Well.
And the Biden admin has paused its controversial plans to create a disinformation board, causing its would-be leader to resign. In a statement Wednesday, Nina Yankovic. I've heard they ever say Jankovic. Jeez, all of a sudden of course, as soon as
let's go with unemployed.
Nina unemployed. I've heard everyone says Jankovic, but maybe it's because I spent so much time working on that Russian and Ukrainian stuff that I was like, oh, Yankovic. but that's also a Polish name. It's a Polish name. The disinformation expert tapped to head the panel said that with the board's work paused and its future uncertain, and I have decided to leave DHS, Department of Homeland Security, to return to my work in the public sphere. That sounds like actually that she knows it's over, that she left. Either that or that she's been memed on so hard that she actually might have grown a sense of shame, although I doubt that.
I quite find that funny considering she was singing. I don't want to do anything, I just want to sit around and sing. And she's probably going to go back to sitting around and sing, except she's not going to have any of the powers.
Well, she also sang a bunch of songs about how, disinformation is so evil, we had to stomp it out, and we have to control what you think, pretty much.
Yeah, that is exactly what she was doing.
I mean, I put it in my video I released last week, or on Saturday, which was, it reminded me so much of when Mika Brzezinski said, do you remember this line where she said, that
it's our job
telling people what to think, and that's our job.
Yeah, so I remember that. Like, yeah, that was not a Freudian slip at all. You sadistic. And also, someone pointed this out. I think it was Mr. Obvious who pointed this out in a different. It wasn't necessarily connected to this, but it was the teacher thing. Why is everything that is fucking going wrong always headed by women? Every bloody thing is headed by fucking females. Every last one.
Because women don't really, normally, of course, there's always, not always, not all. But for the most part, women don't really excel at individualistic leadership positions. Because they require you to make big decisions and not ask everybody how they feel. And I'm saying this as a broad generalization, but women and men are different. Women tend to be more social. Men tend to be more object-oriented. We know this. This is not made up in my head.
Women's idea of social right now is kind of disturbing to me.
On the wealth of research on behavioral differences in men and women. So women want to play social games and do social stuff. Men can be more object-oriented and can kind of adapt to leadership roles better for that reason. So that's why I think that's one of the reasons why women operated and run businesses and organizations tend to have a lot of issues, because the women get involved in social crap and in politicking more than men probably would. On average, guys.
Hasso said Joe Biden is heading the United States. Checkmate. Joe Biden is not heading the United States. He is not the president. He is not the one in charge. Everyone knows this. Everyone knows Joe Biden is not the fucking president. No, there's not a single sane person alive who thinks that guy's in control of jack fucking shit. And if they are, they're morons who shouldn't be allowed to vote.
And it's interesting. Well, I don't think anyone should vote. We know that. We both agree. But it's interesting that it's interesting that they would walk this back. Washington reported that I skipped a line. The board has been subject to weeks of backlash from Republicans, libertarians, and even some liberals who likened the scheme to the Ministry of Truth from George Orwell's classic novel 1984.
It's because it is what it is.
That's what it is. It's because that's what it is. The Washington Post reported that the DHS has decided to stop the board's work on Monday, and Yankovic has drafted a resignation letter as of Tuesday morning. The outlet added that she has been given the option to stay on in a call with the DHS officials Tuesday evening.
I like the way you read exactly how you do in your videos.
Oh, well, yeah.
It's like a certain cadence you slip in.
Yeah, well, speaking of, we both have a way of doing it. The department did not immediately respond to a request for comment from the Post. The Biden admin has quietly announced the creation of the board last month, saying it was meant to fight the spread of disinformation spread by agents of Russia, China, and Iran that can, quote, affect border security, Americans' safety during disasters, and public trust in our
border security? You gotta be kidding me. Like,
yeah,
you give a flying ounce of a shit about border security.
Well, you know what that means is don't report on what's happening at the border because it makes us look bad.
Dude, this is absolutely ridiculous. Like, the
really
border issue is a fucking joke.
Down. Amid the backlash, DHS insisted that the board, quote, does not have any operational authority or capability and was meant to preserve rather than limit free speech. Right. We're going to I love it. It's like this is for democracy. This is to preserve our democratic institutions, and we're really preserving your free speech by making sure that you don't say anything that we don't like. Because again, and this was my video that came out on Saturday, is that what is fake news, what is harmful to your democracy today, turns out to be truthful 2 years later. See, case in point, Hunter Biden laptop story, which, by the way, Yankovic herself said was a hoax.
By the way, have you noticed how many things in the last...
called that a hoax.
Yeah. Well, everyone knew that was true. Okay, everyone I keep saying that, but it's not. Everyone is not. People who pay attention, which I'm starting to realize is very, very few people. It's not that many. They're always online because those are the ones. That's the only place where you find the shit. Like, you're not going to find this crap unless you are online. That's the reality of the situation.
Yeah, so, pretty much. Also, Jarnegi, welcome to Squire, by the way. Enjoy the... Yeah. I will add more emojis as we go forward. I have some more in the Discord, which is also linked down below if you're not a member of the Discord yet.
That's actually a good question. Someone asked, have they blatant misogynist harassing women yet for her resignation? That's probably going to happen.
I mean, let's read the... We have 2 articles here, but on this.
Yeah, go on.
I have not actually seen that, though, because, again, it was... Everybody was making fun of her for this, but I'm sure...
Yeah, because she's a psychopath.
Yeah, because it's nuts.
Yes, and she has crazy eyes.
She does actually.
And she has a jaw that suggests she's transitioning.
She doesn't have this. She doesn't actually have full sanpaku, but it's pretty bad.
From that fucking picture there, she does look a bit nuts.
Yeah, but you can't see 3 whites. So, a DHS spokesperson insisted the board was grossly and intentionally mischaracterized, telling the Post, quote, "It was never about censorship or policing speech in any manner." Oh, of course it wasn't. It was designed to ensure we fulfill our mission to protect the homeland while protecting core constitutional rights.
Protecting the homeland.
This woman, in her song, is singing about false information from Ukraine, including the Hunter Biden laptop stuff, which, 2 weeks after she made this, came out as factual.
We need to ask a very obvious question, though.
Our democracy.
If this was actually the case, why are you shutting it down?
That's a good question. If there's so much disinformation out there, don't you need this more than ever?
Yep, which means it's a total crock of shit.
Yes, excuse me, DHS. If these false attacks have become a significant distraction from the department's vitally important work to combat disinformation that threatens the safety and security of the American people, then wouldn't you need this more than ever? Wouldn't you be tripling down and being like, not only do we need to go forward with this, but we need to triple its funding, and we need to make sure that we ramp up all of our efforts, because look at the disinformation that was spread about our disinformation board.
Yep. Total crock of shit.
Good call on that, by the way.
Thank you.
It's nice.
I think it's all the rum is starting to kick in.
However, Yankovic's idea of standing up for the First Amendment included letting verified Twitter users edit other users' tweets.
I saw that. That is some creepy ass shit.
I know.
You let another account look at my account and say, "I'm going to edit this to what I think is correct." Fuck you. The fucking hell do you think you are?
I mean, I guess there's a line of, well, this is, of course, I'm sure before Elon was looking at taking over, though we're going to get into that.
He's been on a trolling rampage lately. Oh my god, it's great.
She said that when she thought that the Democrat Party still owned Twitter. Now that they don't, well, we can't. That's not a good idea anymore now, is it?
Yeah. She's the one who said, "Oh look, they actually censor left-wing voices," and then literally yesterday Veritas is bringing out the go like, "No, they're commie as fuck. They actually have a left-wing," but like, no shit.
I mean, we all knew it, but it's nice to have the confirmation, right?
It does indeed.
From the horse's mouth. Yankovic also repeatedly tried to spread doubts about the Post's own reporting about Hunter Biden's notorious laptop, telling the Associated Press in October 2020 that it should be viewed as a Trump campaign product. In addition, Yankovic, again, the New York Post is allowed to talk about that again, which is where this article is from. Yankovic published the since debunked claim in 2016 that then-President candidate Donald Trump had a tie to Kremlin-backed Alpha Bank, an allegation at the center of an ongoing trial of a Clinton campaign lawyer accused of special counsel John Durham of lying to the FBI. The misinformation maven was also ripped for a bizarre TikTok performance. Yeah, we've seen all that.
I recognize that bank. I had to do a transaction with them recently.
Oh, really? That's the nasty bad Russia bank.
Which banks do I trust more? At least if I go by a Russian bank, they're not going to shut me down all of a sudden.
I'm going to scroll down a few lines. In her goodbye statement, Yankovic whined that mischaracterizations of the board became a distraction from the department's vital work, and indeed, along with recent events globally and nationally, embodies why it's necessary. Again, this is actually your point, and true. So, isn't it proving why you need this? So why is it being...
This is a total crock of shit. This is like really, really bad cope.
You need it so much.
Yeah, it's cope. And it's really bad cope. Because it doesn't make any sense.
My commitment to building awareness? No. My commitment to building awareness of disinformation's threats and trust the department will do the same, she concluded. Critics reacted with glee at the dismantling of the Disinformation Board. Jim Jordan of Ohio calling it a huge win for free speech. Republicans on the House Judiciary Committee then tweeted CNN Plus lasted longer than Joe Biden's Disinfo Board.
That's not even a joke. That's actually true. At least the CNN Plus actually got off the ground, whereas the Disinformation Board is dismantled before it even went live.
And that's the other article we have here, though, is...
It was the last 2 months of ever since Musk announced the 9% of Twitter, the entire world has taken a sharp anchor to the ground, and we're like, we're going to slowly reverse course here. Because you had this, and then CNN Plus died. The Democrats keep hemorrhaging fucking approval rating. This thing crapped out, this is dying. And Elon has now, well, we'll get to that in a moment. But
we'll get to it.
He's dominant in the headlines, is great.
Oh, I know. You sent me this article, and I think it's an interesting... Because I want to point out a couple things about this article. Did you notice the author of it?
I did not.
Did you happen to note... If you would mind bringing it up on the stream if you have not already. Because here's a cute little... So... So, we have a very different take from the one we just read in the New York Post from the Washington Post. And this article happens to be written by none other than Taylor Lorenz, the woman who spends her time trying to oust people on TikTok. And, well, she tries to expose teenagers for right-wing affiliation in terms of, oh, your parents are conservative, I'm going to destroy your career. That's what she likes to do. She also doxed libs of TikTok. And she fled the internet for a while, saying she was being harassed and getting death threats. But it's been like about 2 weeks, and here she's back writing for WAPO again about how the Biden administration let right-wing attacks derail its disinformation efforts.
Dude,
which,
the
by the
corruption is so fucking bad. It is people. I know people just say, "Oh, look, Russia is more corrupt." Are you sure about that? Have you seen the state of Western media? It is a fucking shit show. It is so fun. The only reason why the Kremlin looks so bad is because of Western propaganda. Like I'm at this point in time, I honestly think the U.S. is more corrupt than Russia. I don't give a fuck. Someone can quote me saying that.
That's a big statement. That's.
I'll say that. I don't care. Who do I trust more right now? Vladimir Putin or Biden? Gun to your head.
Out of the two, trust for what? That's a good question.
Sanity.
Trust for what? Sanity Putin.
There we go.
Out of the two. But that's not saying much. I also do want to congratulate Taylor not only for her brave return, but also how she managed to bungle the title in such a wonderful way. How the Biden admin let right-wing attacks derail its disinformation efforts, which implies that the Biden administration is trying to spread disinformation.
That's like a level of grammar Nazi that even I am not attuned to. Well done.
It's not grammar Nazi. It's basically the way it's written. It's referring to the Biden admin's disinformation effort. The basic structure of the title sounds like they have an effort in creating disinformation.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm starting to see it that way. I didn't think of it that way initially. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah.
A pause of the Department of Homeland Security's newly created board comes after its head, Nina Jankovic, was the victim of coordinated online attacks as the administration struggled to respond, writes Taylor Lorenz. I can't with this. This is a long article. I don't want to go through all of it.
All right, can I just rant about something?
Really just wanted to look
no,
at the
I'm going to say this. You were not a victim of coordinated online attacks. You put yourself out there like a fucking spastic lemming and the whole world laughed at you. That is not coordinated. It means everyone has a sense of humor and you're a git. That's all it fucking means.
Whoa. Jankovic is 33? She's 2 years older than me.
She's only 33?
She does not look too.
She does not look good for 33.
Holy shit.
But then again, if you've been peddling lies for so long, it does age you.
Maybe it does age you. I would imagine it has to.
Is that why I look so young? Because I always tell the truth in very blunt ways.
You know, there's so much research in communication studies of lying, and there's things called like nonverbal leakage, which I always like to bring up as a phrase because it sounds really gross. But
nonverbal leakage?
Yeah. What do you think it is? What do you think? What do you think nonverbal leakage is?
Sounds like body language gives away you're lying.
It's yeah, that's what it is. It does sound like something gross though, but it is when that's the idea that you
leakage.
can.
Telling is maybe the better phrase.
Yeah, I don't know why
Nonverbal
academics.
cues, maybe like nonverbal
Well, no,
leakage sounds
nonverbal cues can
icky.
be all kinds of things. We give nonverbal cues to all kinds of stuff, but specifically nonverbal leakage is used in the context of someone being deceptive, and that you can. There's not a lot of good evidence on it. People who are like self-proclaimed personal lie detectors, their accuracy rate, even the best of them, is only ever slightly above a coin flip. It's even body language experts are better than a coin flip, but it's not great. So nonverbal leakage isn't always good. But
So, by the way, the idea of
one of the things,
putting a woman in charge of something that involves telling the truth is already sus to me. No offense.
You just need to have autism, and it makes it all better. But
I don't know how many females with autism.
It's fairly rare.
Hi,
Comparatively
you're one of them.
Comparatively to male autism, yeah, it's quite rare. Yes.
Yeah, it's because it's all geniuses.
No, autism can be very debilitating. But I mean, like,
seems to be working for Elon.
Yeah, wait, who called him an Asperger's sped or whatever?
The guy on the Veritas thing.
Oh, right. We'll get into that, yeah.
And I mocked him because he's a flaming homosexual.
Well, I think it's possible Elon maybe.
I actually called him a fat F word in my video, but I thought like I can't say that word, so I just beeped it out like midway through without saying the G, and I just went, "Sorry, enlarged homosexual." Because for some reason, if you beep a word mid-sentence, it is much funnier. I don't know why, but I can watch myself doing that over and over again and still find that amusing. I don't know why. You were saying?
Hang on. What I was gonna say. Sorry. Hello, 3 of 12. I think I might have invited 3 of 12 on before. Somebody might have, and then I completely fucking forgot.
Why does that name sound familiar?
3 of 12. You've certainly talked to 3 of 12 before.
So I've had a lot of rum in the last couple of days, so I can barely remember anything.
No. I did tell 3. 3, if you want to go ahead and I'm going to add you to the call so you can come and hang out with us. Give me 1 second. There we go. That was my bad. I did say that, and then 2 weeks ago, and then I'm very I get up even though Arthur does work so hard to try and keep it organized. I still fuck it up because I actually invited Hard Bastard to be on today, and that fell through too. But I forgot I had asked you. So whatever. Actually, it all works out. Welcome 3 of 12 to the stream. Sorry about that.
Hey, no worries, really. Actually, I gotta do one little thing first. I'll be right back in 5 minutes, if that's okay. Also, I need to drag the cat. I need to drag my twin sister on here too.
And it's make us wait now because I made you.
Because I was like, wait, wasn't this at 4:30? So I might have been stupid too.
Oh no, it started. It did start, but yeah, we'd just been going for half an hour, just having a fun time. Anywho,
okay.
While you go do that, we'll get back into the news.
Okay, if this has been going for a half hour, that would explain some things, because then I would have been an hour off on my time conversion.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right.
No problem. Just let me know when you come back. Sorry. Also, Stanton,
I'll be right back.
Okay, see you in a little bit. Stanton, hi, real quick. I think, yeah, HB and I talked last week. I think we just didn't really hammer it down right. But yeah, he said he'd be willing to come on. We just have to find a time that works with his time schedule. Because I mean, HB, Hard Bastard, most of his show is reading the news, getting right into the news, and so it just fell through this week. My fault, most assuredly. So some other week though. But 3 has come through. I did forget about that. It was totally my bad. Oh well. So back into this hilarious WAPO argument or article. Most of it is just going over the stuff. Disastrous rollout. We know all about that. We talked about it. And then I want to, if we scroll down into the operative part of the article, Spoon, quote, it starts with a textbook disinformation campaign. So the disinformation campaign is apparently over before it, or the disinformation campaign has destroyed the disinformation board before it even launched. Did you get to that part?
Yeah.
Okay. Experts say that right-wing disinformation and smear campaigns regularly follow the same playbook, and that it's crucial that the public and leaders of institutions, especially in the government and media and educational bodies, understand more fully how these cycles operate.
Then why are you dismembering this? It seems to be incredibly vital.
I thought it was super important.
Yeah.
I mean, Taylor Lorenz has no freaking clue why.
This is an absolute crock of shit. Like this just even the way them dismantling this makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. It's great.
It is great. The campaigns invariably start with identifying a person to characterize as a villain. By the way, I want to point out, everything that Taylor's writing here is about herself.
By the way, this is literally how to construct a story.
Yeah.
This is literally how to make a story. The campaign invariably starts with, like, imagine this. Your first character in a story involves your protagonist. Or in this case, your antagonist. This is literally how to write a story.
I mean, yeah, well, you don't want to attack people necessarily with a piece of journalism. We have this whole journalism ethics thing. Look, I had to take classes on it, man.
Journalists have ethics?
I had to take 3 courses. One course for my communication degree, 1 course for advertising, and 1 course for public relations. So with my communication major, my 3 minors being advertising, public relations, and psychology, I had to take 3 ethics courses on journalism ethics, including one of those degrees is not at all about journalism. It's about academic communication with the media. But anyway, that's why when I hear these people, when I see media figures act incredibly immorally and have no ethics, it's like, bitch, I've been through some simulacrum of journalism school, and if I had to experience all these ethics courses, I know you did, and therefore I know that you can't just be like, whoops, I forgot, whoops, I never learned that. No, you had to learn it, and you got tested on it, you wrote papers about it, and you took exams on it, and you just didn't give a shit. That's the reality. Anyway, these campaigns...
There's something you'd like to tell us, stuff. There's a lot on your plate there. I can feel a sort of anger bubbling from inside of me.
I'm telling you, I fucking hate people who abuse journalism. It really pisses me off because, again, I've been through courses that people would normally take to get a degree in journalism, and so I know that they're lying about this. These campaigns invariably start with identifying a person to characterize as a villain. Attacking faceless institutions is difficult, so a figurehead, almost always a woman or a person of color, is found to serve as its face. By the way, like I said, again, Taylor is talking about herself and bitching about her own stuff. That's why she's crying right now. She doesn't really care. She doesn't really care about Nina Jankovic. Whether that person has actual power within the institution is often immaterial. You have actual power within journalism, and Nina Jankovic was about to have a bunch of power within the DHS. By discrediting those made to represent institutions they seek to bring down, they discredit the institution itself. Harassment and reputational harm is core to the attack strategy. That's real cute coming from you, Taylor. That's real cute coming from you. Institutions often treat reputational harm and online attacks as
no wonder she's so good at writing this.
I know. Yeah, because she's just
a fucking
projecting.
playbook of what she's doing, yes.
Exactly. She's like, what would I do? One that unlucky employees should simply endure quietly. Jankovic's case is a perfect example of this system at work, and Emerson T. Brooking, a resident senior fellow at the Atlantic Council's Digital Forensic Research Lab. What? Your grammar here is wrong.
Also, by the way, no shit, you're a public official. It is logic you're gonna get personal attacks, you fucking git. If that's not... If you are not used to getting public backlash, then you shouldn't be in the public sector, you fucking imbecile.
Yeah. Also, Taylor made
what
a
a
grammatical
bint.
error. I know, she really is. Here's a grammatical error. Jankovic's case is a perfect example of the system at work. Oh, no, she didn't. I missed the said. I did it. Sorry, I just assumed she was an idiot, because she is. They try to define people by these single decontextualized moments, Brookings said. In Nina's case, it's a few TikTok videos, or 1 or 2 comments out of 1,000 of public... Her comments are about how she wants to stifle free speech, about how free speech is dangerous, and how everyone... And like, again, what were the things about how other people need to be able to... Random blue check marks need to be able to edit other people's tweets?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a couple a couple of vague statements, right? Whatever.
By the way, how exactly is that a private company that's able to do that? That is literally fascism. That is the corporation mixing with the state in a disturbing way. That is actual fascism right there.
Yep. They fixate on these small instances and they define this villain. What she is a villain. She I mean it's not just me. Again, that Clockwork Orange the way I started my videos with the Clockwork Orange joke about her song, you know, of what's his name being forced to watch it. Jeremy's editor, Lofty Pixels, I'm assuming, made the same joke. We weren't in communique. We did it, like, I had written that, like, a week before that came out, or more, in my script, and then it happened. It's because that's a thing. People looked at what she was doing, and what she was saying, and what this Ministry of Truth was, and we all were like, oh, that's like Clockwork Orange, of being forced to be fucking indoctrinated by this Ministry of Truth. I mean, the obvious 1984 reference, but there's a reason we both came to that, we both had that thought process there. It's because it was evident. That wasn't meme thievery. That's just, that's people think alike, right? Because it was obvious. Not responding with a highly compelling counter-narrative, or not getting out ahead of these campaigns to begin with, Jacobson explained, can, quote, give them an air of legitimacy. He said he was frustrated by the Biden admin's lack of a loud and vocal response to what Jankovic was going through. Saying it's amateur hour is cliche, but it's amateur hour, he said of the administration's inaction. What? It's a joke. Everyone called it for what it was. It's the Ministry of Truth.
Yes.
And you couldn't get away with it.
Yeah.
In response to... the fallout from the campaign against Jankovic can be seen in the escalating attacks. Violent threats against her are flourishing online, according to Advanced Democracy.
I want to know what that phrase means exactly.
It's a group, apparently.
Advanced Democracy, that sounds really creepy as shit.
Dude, any organization that has the word democracy in its name.
It's like, oh, we're from mob rule, except when we're not. Have you noticed that? Right. They scream about democracy when they have something that they think they have majority. Like if you read news, you will notice, I said this in a video before, if they have something that has majority approval for in polling, they will cite that. But then they will also cite that they have minority people they need to protect. It's like, make up your fucking mind. Are you for the majority, or do you want to protect the minority? Because you can't have it both fucking ways.
They want tyranny of the majority, and tyranny of the majority in this case is tyranny of the majority of this particular political movement. And that's why they want to bring all the minorities in, you know, the minority groups. Say, if you don't join with us, you're going to get killed. Essentially, they terrorize. They put this fear of God, or fear of them.
Yes, we're going to get terrorized by a bunch of people who don't even know what genitals they have. I'm so fucking scared.
No, they make them afraid that there's going to be, you know, white fascist neo-Nazis are going to come and kill them in the streets or whatever. They terrify them with that stuff.
I'm okay with that.
Your rights. They're going to come and take. That's what they terrify them with.
Yeah, because it doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's a boogeyman. Although we'll get into what happened in Buffalo, I guess, because I got some.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Did you? Yeah, that came and went kind of quickly, didn't it?
Oh my god, Janita is totally right. The Ministry of Truth got memed out of existence. That's not a joke. That's actually true. That is how Styx made a video. He said this as well. Is that you need to ridicule these people because it works. You need to make fun of them.
They can't do anything about it.
Yeah, it's because they actually have feelings.
I guess so. Yeah. Users on far-right social media platforms continue to use misogynistic, here it is, and bigoted language in posts about Jankovic, with many users calling for violence.
What? I didn't see a single call for violence.
Taylor posted.
Telling you to shut the fuck up because you're cringe is not a sign of violence. It just means you should shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah, and Darnegi for 5 did say the Ministry of Truth got memed out of existence. Pop the champagne. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. If I had some champagne, I'd definitely pop it. Hell yeah, that is great. In response to one post on Gab featuring a video of Tucker Carlson discussing Jankovic, users commented, "quote Time to kill them all." Okay, you got an anonymous quote on a Gab post of a Tucker Carlson video. Look how far she had to go to find this. It wasn't on the YouTube
Gab,
upload.
Yeah.
It wasn't on the YouTube upload of the Tucker Carlson video. It wasn't on Twitter directed at her. It was on a Gab video or Gab post of a Tucker video that she could find this. That's desperate, okay? Another post featuring Carlson's coverage of Yankovic was shared to a right-wing forum.
I bet you there was like
Which
no
right-wing forum?
There was
Where's
no
the
approval.
Proof of this? And where's the proof of this? What right-wing forum? Where's the proof? With a caption, "This is the point where we have to draw the line." That's not even that bad, though.
Yeah, why? That's
not violent.
But it's like I don't see why that's bad. I literally don't see why that's bad.
She can't even provide proof of that.
Oh my god, I have an absolute moral stand where I would just like, no, this is the hill I die on. Okay.
Yeah.
I know lefties don't have that because they're insane deconstructionists with no principles whatsoever. By the way, that's why I said they can't be sellouts.
Here's the problem: is it a comment on this, a comment on this post on some right-wing forum. Who knows where it is, what it is?
You know when they say shit like this, it doesn't exist.
12-page slugs. Show the screenshot.
Yeah, I was literally about to say, post where this is from.
Where is it?
Because whenever you say, oh, look, a site like this, and you don't ever specify, it makes it look sketch.
Yeah, you're
a liar. It's the Washington Post. It's already it's a Washington Post and a woman. It's already sketch as shit.
But this particular woman, Taylor Lorenz, is a proven known liar. So of course she's not going to provide freaking evidence. An April 30 post on Gab featuring a tweet by Lauren Boebert telling her followers, quote, "This is the hill to die on," sparked replies that were flooded with threats to Yankovic's life.
No, it
quote,
wasn't.
It'd be
Bullshit.
if we had a large group of trained assassins to take a lot of... She puts the word government in here. A lot of the bastards out. She puts the word government in her article. To take a lot of the they didn't this even in this fucking response on Gab to Lauren Boebert, to a Lauren Boebert tweet, they didn't use the word government. That's Taylor Lorenz's added emphasis. Hey, thank you.
Also, I don't find that bad. I don't find a group of trained assassins going around kicking the shit out of government officials all that bad either. That sounds fucking based. How do you get rid of the federal government? Assassins, apparently.
Well, I guess so.
We're not condoning violence. I'm just saying that if it were to happen, I'm not exactly going to shed a tear.
No. It's all... Don't do that here. The irony is that Nina's role was to come up with strategies for the department to counter this type of campaign. And now they've just succumbed to it themselves, said one Hill staffer with knowledge of the situation who spoke on the condition of anonymity because they were not authorized.
Do you realize how that sounds?
Issue. They didn't even fight. They just rolled over. Holy shit. That was your point too. That this was what they were supposed to counter, and they were just like, whatever. We got ousted. We got discovered. All right, bye.
That tells me that what they were thinking of using is not sufficient to counter this. Otherwise, they would have used it.
Also, how crazy is that Hill staffer would not want to be anonymous?
Yeah, that's not surprising though.
Because you cannot criticize the Democratic
condition of anonymity. Oh, you're not really a fan of anonymity, U.S. government.
Yeah. Well, neither is fucking Nina Jankovic nor Taylor Lorenz.
By the way, Elon, if you ever hear this, if you force everyone to verify who they are on Twitter, that is not a good idea. I do not want to be verified by a private company. Fuck that. I like to be anonymous. That's the whole bloody point of the internet. Is you don't have to verify. That to me is creepy as shit. Like,
Here's the last line. "We're going to need another Nina down the road," said one DHS staffer who spoke on the condition of anonymity because he was not at liberty to comment. And anyone who takes that position is going to be vulnerable to a disinformation campaign or attack.
Oh, I wonder why.
Could it be that it's not disinformation, it's just information you don't freaking like?
And again, there's a few people who actually think this is a legitimate organization that has a point.
I know.
They're complete fucking morons, but then again.
And let's
And again, they vote.
Should we move into the one thing I'm gonna save for last because it's spicy and I don't want to get taken off.
There's a spicy thing?
We're gonna talk about what happened in Buffalo a little bit.
I was more interested in the other one that happened in... Was it in LA where it happened? Where was one with the Chinese communist dude shot a bunch of people in the name of hating Taiwan?
Yeah, that's the thing. On the same weekend as it's the same weekend as the Buffalo shooter thing. So last weekend, there were two other major attacks. and yet the media is only choosing to cover the one. They seem to be hiding it now, though. They've quickly cycled it, and we'll get into why. Because the perpetrator is not the perfect villain, basically, in that he's a leftist.
He's not. He's probably not
So,
white either.
The Buffalo guy, he's white.
No, the other
but-
one, the Chinese one.
Oh, they don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, that's my point.
So we move into the formula crisis or the Twitter fuckery with Elon Musk.
Oh, the Twitter fuckery is way funnier.
And it is very funny. So let's start. I got a little timeline here of the order of events.
Not the New York Post one?
Yeah, we'll skim through it. First starts with the New York Post one. This is on the 16th. So, yeah, a lot of New York Post articles today. Elon Musk says Twitter claims bot check broke his NDA. Musk said on Saturday tweeted that Twitter's legal team accused him of violating a non-disclosure agreement by revealing that the sample size for the social media platform's checks on automated users was just 100 accounts. Now,
that's what they use.
I know. That's their internal check. I know. Also, Ignitium VGC for 5 says, remember when the right does it, it's called targeted attacks and harassment. When the left does it, it's called activism. You are exactly
correct. That's 100% true.
Precisely how it works, right? So, this is pretty fucked that Twitter's internal check uses a sample size of 100. Like, even in social sciences, you can't get any reliable values out of an n of tiny n's, or small n or big n of 100. What are you talking about?
No. Hold on.
No. Big N, what's your big N here? How many Twitter users are there? What's the big N?
No, you don't understand.
330
No. Well, wait, no, hold on. The sample size they check is 100, but it's not the only sample size they check. That's just the size of the sample. They check many samples. It's only 100 at a time.
Yeah.
100 at a time?
Yes.
Oh, hey, welcome back. Hi.
So they check thousands, but it's only 100 at a time.
But do you understand the problem with that statistically, right?
No, go on.
You can't compare those. You have to compare them all at once. You can't compare multiple data sets.
Yes, you do.
You're going to need to take the whole sample at once and compare all of those samples because it's going to be blind. I mean, I would hope it's blind. I hope you've anonymized these data as to not do something fucky-wucky with them. But then again, it's Twitter, so of course they probably have not. So even if they're taking, you're taking a bunch of random samples, right? And they're all 100 though. In order to reach statistical significance, you're going to need a sample size larger than 100. Sample size of 100, you're adding so much error into that. Where would we even start? A sample size of 100 is not able to be statistically significant at doing anything. And if you take 1,100 samples of 100, the problem is going to be unilateral across the board. It doesn't matter if you take one sample of 100 or 1,000 samples of 100. That individual sample's ability to be accurate at making any kind of inference about a larger portion is always going to be flawed because that specific sample size is not able to be, you're not able to reach a threshold of statistical significance. Right?
You have to explain this to me because this to me is like way over my head.
Yeah, I'd like to see the results of the z-test or t-test of those sample sizes because it seems like they've purposefully separated those for the sole purpose of giving you results that are not indicative of the larger population.
Well, if they take well, okay. First of all, where are they getting the sample from?
Well, I think it's random.
Is it? It's Twitter.
No. I doubt that. I'm sure it's very cherry-picked. That's why they chose the small sample sizes and did a whole bunch of them, so they could cherry-pick the results.
With a larger sample size,
you're not going to
be able to obfuscate. Okay, with a small sample size, you're going to be... The problem there is that the smaller the sample size, the greater the possibility for random error, right? Because if you have just one bot, you have just one crazy person in there, okay? That's now at 1 out of 100. Well, that's 1%. That's pretty actually significant. It takes about 5% to be statistically significant in depending on, I mean, that's more, doing it.
So how many people do they need to check then? What's Twitter's user base?
for Twitter's user base is 330 million. That's what we call the large N. That's the total population, and then the sample for
how many do you think there
population.
actually is? Because I don't believe it's 300. I don't even believe it's
No,
300
no.
million users that are unique. I think
It's
it's
always
way more.
possible.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. If the large N, the total population size is 330 million, and what you're not getting more, and there's no reason you would get this, is that a sample of 100 of a single sample size, and there's no reason to do that. It doesn't make any sense. It makes absolutely no sense to do such a small sample size. And also, Shari Vegas, this is 3 of 12 who is joining us today. I'll have to put your stuff down in the description later, 3, if you'd like me to. Just
I'd appreciate that. Yes, thank you.
Sure thing. Of course. The problem with doing, again, when you have a smaller sample size, it's more vulnerable to error because every single data point is more powerful within that small sample size, right? So why you want a larger sample size is that it reduces the possibility for error. It reduces, I mean, they're always going to have error, but it reduces it gives you a better idea that this is not just random chance. Really, at any kind of level, any kind of statistical analysis, you want to set your alpha level at p is less than 0.05 or lower, which means that if I were to conduct that, so with a sample size of 100, p is less than 0.05 means that you would expect to only find a different result 5 times out of 100. Were I to reconduct that exact same sampling of 100 100 different times, then I would find different results only 5 out of those 100 times. But the reason why you want to have a larger sample size is so that you can kind of have that same p-value of p is less than 0.05, but you would be out of 1,000 times. Generally speaking, for social science, you know, it's fine to have a sample size, depending on what you're doing. If you're doing an experiment, right, it's fine to have a sample size of like 100 or 200. I mean, really, like 400 is about what you want for real, getting to statistical accuracy. But why is Twitter using sample sizes of 100? Do you know why in social science we don't use sample sizes of 1,000? It's because we don't have access. Twitter has access, 100%. They have access to all of it. It makes no sense. The only reason they would conduct this in samples of 100 is because they're afraid of what the total, of what the larger samples would indicate. That's all it can mean to me as someone who has a bit of a background in statistics. Anyway, that's fucked. And Elon is right for noting that that's really weird. That it's really weird to do these bot check sample sizes of 100. It should be 1,000. It should be 10,000, not 100. On Twitter? Oh. Sorry, I went on a bit of a numbers statistics thing there.
Oh, I know about that.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's like, I mean,
Yes. Oh, it's even better than that, Spoon. It's the.
are you muted, Spoon? You're muted. You were going on a little rant, and now no one heard it but us.
You muted yourself on the stream?
He does it all the time.
What?
Such is the way of the Spoon. Shares on Twitter were down nearly 10% in pre-market trading on Monday. Musk on Friday tweeted that his $44 billion cash deal to take the company private was temporarily on hold while he awaited data on the proportion of its fake accounts. So the reason why this is massively important, right, is that if this is true, because he said, you know, he replied, I picked 100 as the sample size number because it's what Twitter uses to calculate their 5%, and that's less than 5 or 5 greater than 5%. Excuse me. If the bot number is less than 5% fake spam duplicate, that is a normative alpha level for statistical significance, and they're not finding that.
Well, that
they're
white
only able
replacement thing.
They're only able to find a less than 5%, which would reach under the level of statistical significance if it's less than 5%. They're only able to find that if they do these minimum samples of 100 users at a time. That to me sounds suspicious as fuck. That sounds like data manipulation.
Yes.
I blame you, by the way.
Yes, and the white replacement thing is even funnier than you think, because some random shitlib recently was caught posting like immigration maps to the United States, and he said send this to any right winger to spook them, and of course they immediately pointed out like, oh wait, so you're proving we're right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then he went protected.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is why the left can't meme, because they actually
Oust that they're actually conspiracy.
Yeah.
God,
It's crazy.
how do
right?
they have any power? They're so stupid.
Why
Like,
can't
it's
Because
not
they
even
captured-
funny.
I know, but it's because they captured the elites, like the 10 to 15%. They can only hold about 10 to 15% of people at any given time, so they finally chose the right people.
Someone said, imagine
think
Spoon
that's
dropping
maybe
Game
it.
Awards in Jack Sparrow's voice. I'll do it in like 2 minutes.
I think what I said to Spoon earlier about it is that I think that the left operates almost entirely out of emotion. So you don't need facts, you don't need logic. It's just, I feel that this is upsetting, and as long as you operate on feelings, then you really, it doesn't, facts.
I don't know how to do that because I don't have a vagina.
Yeah,
Well,
that and the
Spoon, and we talked about this earlier. Spoon, you and I are both
INTJs.
we're both INTJ, which I think is
so am I.
Oh, we're all it's INTJ.
INTJ club.
INTJ. TJ gang up in here. Here we go.
You were saying?
Fuck your
that
feelings.
makes sense. That makes sense. He later said.
By the way, you
Wait,
know who else is an INTJ?
Who?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, yeah.
Of course
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would imagine Curtis Yarvin probably as well.
And so is Ayn Rand.
And Ayn Rand,
Of course she
And
is.
so is Gandalf.
That's
All like the most based
Okay.
friggin' people that you can find are like all
Yes. Because base
However,
people go on instinct.
INTJ can sound very calculating and emotionally
stunted.
despondent. Yeah.
You know why? Because we are.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, because we
That
don't
way.
really give a crap about your feelings.
It do be that way.
I think.
It's
Hold
like-
on. There's a list here of people that. Hold on. Let's see if I can even pull this up. Hold on.
By the way, just to give my one basic caveat about Myers-Briggs, it is barely better than a horoscope, but it is good at sort of categorizing people in some
of these
basic
are
ways.
quite funny.
Just
Let's see.
don't let it control your life.
Yes, we have here Nietzsche. That's a good. Michelle Obama. The bloody hell, get the fuck out. Elon Musk.
I
There we
know.
go. Christopher Nolan, great director.
Well,
Who
she
else we
does
got?
have a big dick. To
Arnold
be fair.
Schwarzenegger. I don't think Arnold is one. I'll be honest.
I don't know. I mean,
No, Arnold's so much of an egotistical
No.
prick to be one. Colin Powell? I don't know. Walter White from Breaking Bad. Yeah, that's a good one. What else we got here?
Arnold Schwarzenegger is definitely an E.
He's a
He
dick.
seems E to me. Yeah.
Gandalf.
You know,
Professor Moriarty from Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, good people.
House.
The strength and
Dr.
weaknesses. The
Cox. Oh,
strength
yeah.
is. Yeah, oh my god, yeah, Dr. Cox definitely is.
Hello,
is
he's
an
my
Dr.
theory.
INTJ.
Cox and Dr. Cox and Dr. House. Most doctored. Oh, Yen, yeah. Littlefinger. Yeah.
Ew, Barbie.
Dr. Cox is great though.
And
He's a
Tywin.
fantastic character.
I'll get back to this article real quick. Must
What
be
about
during the
Donald
only-
Trump? No, Donald Trump can't be an INTJ.
No,
No,
Trump's
he's too
He's
personal.
definitely expert.
Mm.
Yeah, not
Actually,
INTJ maybe, but he probably
might
does
be an
operate on
introvert.
instinct.
Yeah, he actually might be. I mean, he seems too extroverted to me, but he seems very extroverted.
No, yeah, he's too. He's a branding person. I don't think,
Mhm.
and he's branding
have-
with like bravado.
We have the best
Let's see, what do they
personalities.
say?
I'm telling you, just the best.
Let's
All INTJs, you better believe it.
see.
Shari said they don't know
he's
how
ESTP.
INTJ is rare, but there's so many of them. Well, yeah, you may know a few people, but how many people do you know compared to the population? It's minuscule.
I
So
would-
you can have like I know 10 INTJs. How many people in your country? 5 million. Yeah, that's
Right.
quite a small sample size.
Well,
I think
would
it's
ima-
because we all operate in the same circles.
Right,
You know,
we're in the same
it's just,
circles. So we
Yeah.
need a lot of INTJ, INFJ, INTP.
Yeah.
some
Thomas
people who are
Thomas
of
Sowell is supposed to be
similar
one as
sort of-
well.
People who are of similar kind of personality types.
Mm.
Yeah. The ones that I like being right and I hate everyone.
Random fucking website I found said that they think he's a ESTP, but
Oh, Trump?
Yeah.
Actually,
Can we test one and then maybe we should do like a stream and then we say what answer do you think is most likely Trump would give?
Yeah, that would be fun.
And see what we can come up with.
Arthur, the name of the test is the Myers-Briggs Personality Inventory. MYERSBRIGGS, I believe.
Yeah.
I think it's more accurate than the political ones, to be honest, because I've taken the political ones like a fair few times, and I got a different answer every single time I've done it.
That's the test.
What, the personality test?
No, not the personality test. The
Myers-Briggs has very high
8 values one.
reliability.
Because the Elon's one shit. Take the normal one with the 2D.
I have every time I do it, I score very, very far right. I'm like 2 circles away from like the very end of far right.
Me too.
Yes.
Me too. I'm very, very far right and then very far south. Usually, well,
yes,
I'm like
monarchists, so that's not a surprise.
Yeah, that's not surprising. It's actually accurate, and it's for me. Every time I take it, I get like center rights, like 75% libertarian.
That's about what I got.
Yeah.
Well, very far right, very far
like
south.
67, 75 or something.
I think when I first took it, I was slightly to the right of center, and now I'm like veering wildly, almost like into the bloody board.
I'm probably drifting right as well.
Wildly into the monarchist zone.
Yes, good times.
It is fun. Musk tweeted during the early hours of Sunday that he has yet to see any analysis that shows the social media company has fake accounts less than 5%. He later said that there is some chance it might be over 90% of daily active users. He did pull that out of his butt, but that's because there's no data. That's because there's no data, you know. Dan Ives, senior analyst at Wedbush.
By the way, that's totally designed to piss off the shareholders.
No shit.
I sort of got what the board actually, or maybe both.
Definitely.
That's why they say he broke the NDA.
Yeah, that's just like the intern with JD's personality. What should you do? Lie.
Lie. Right. The bot issue could be employed by Musk to lower the 54.20 per share price tag. Haha, 420.
Oh Jesus!
Which, by the way, it's dropped by 420, hasn't it? It wasn't that 4.2 or whatever.
Yeah, if you look, I don't know if it's. Let's see.
That price tag was a meme.
The political machine is going burr.
It is.
Elon Musk.
But wait, did it drop even more?
Because
it probably
Tesla was
did.
booted. Yeah, it probably did because Tesla was just booted from the S&P Social Enviro Index.
Wow, why?
Because you know.
Because Elon said it was gay.
Wow, great. Ives said that several factors, including a changing stock market as well as
he called it a scam, by the way.
New York Post, I think you mean factors, but several factors, including the changing stock market as well as financing issues, has caused Musk to get cold feet.
Yeah,
no.
keep in mind Exxon is in this index.
I think he's got cold feet because it turns out that a huge amount of the site, which is
just fake,
is fake, and the way that Twitter gets advertisers to post on it is based on their reports of active users.
Yeah.
And if their reports on active users are based on this spurious data of these random, tiny, small n samples of 100 users at a time, you have no freaking clue how many are bots. And as if Twitter would tell the truth either way. Honestly. Musk on Friday sent Twitter stock plummeting more than 25% after announcing that his buyout was on pause, fueling speculation that the world's richest man was looking for a way to back out of the deal. Because it looks like Twitter has been lying, you know?
Yeah. I mean, the SEC filings were also fraudulent, which made him like take a major like step back. And he said, well, okay, this is going to take a lot of fixing. If it's fixable at all.
Yeah. The Twitter board that nobody will come close to making an offer. Twitter's board that nobody will come close to making an offer to similar scope, and that Musk, whose electric car maker Tesla has lost $300 billion of its market capitalization since the deal was announced last month, is fully aware of that. I don't know why that's happening. I mean, I think I know why that's happening, but it's curious. The elephant in the room for the Twitter board is Musk can walk away for $1 billion as a small breakup fee. I mean, he's already going to put $1 billion as a small breakup fee, but he can. And likely cite the fake/bot account issue as the reason, even though it's likely would be contested by Twitter in the courts, according to Ives. Why? Why would it be contested in the courts? if it turns out that a massive amount of your site is fake.
Have you seen his Twitter lately?
Oh yeah, it's
oh yeah.
Like look at this.
He declared on the 18th.
Poop emoji at Agrawal.
Look at this. Political attacks on me will escalate dramatically in the coming months. That's prophetic to say the least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dirty attacks will be the next level.
Yep.
But he said something about the ESG thing, like it determines how compliant your business is with the leftist agenda. This guy makes electric cars.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's like the most green freaking. Okay, the
Again,
metals is sketchy shit. Yeah.
He made green cars cool.
Yes.
He made green cars cool. No one else has done that, or even gotten close.
Yeah, because he emphasized performance.
Like, look at this.
And the fact that electronics should be something that's really that's really reliable in cars.
See, look at that. 5 oil and gas companies were added to the S&P 500 ESG index, and Tesla was removed. These are all freaking oil companies. These are fossil fuels, and they're higher than Tesla, which is green.
Yes.
If you think global warming isn't the pile of horse shit, you're an imbecile.
Yeah, you would have to be an imbecile.
I'm saying this right now. I'll say this, YouTube. I don't give a shit what you say. Global warming is fake. Fuck you.
Well, yeah, it is. It is. Global warming is fake, and my reasoning for that is because
explain why what we mean here.
We do.
Global climate change is happening.
Yeah,
if
climate
you think
change
here's what's happening.
But it's not. But you, Aiden, you were the one who got me thinking this in the first place because you explained to me that the study that coined the term the greenhouse effect had data that was never replicated in what was 1970 something.
Yeah.
And every study that's brought upon a panic since has also never been replicated.
Nope.
Yes. Does the climate change? Yes.
It's completely impossible to do so.
They're using climate change as a doublespeak term to describe global warming, and of course that's bullshit.
Also, can I just say
not to say that there isn't such thing as climate change? Of course there is.
Of course
they're
there
just,
is.
They're just abusing it.
We're still coming out of an ice age.
Yes.
There was a mini ice age in the 1800s. We're still coming out of it. We're going to reach the maximum, and the way the world usually kind of tends to work.
The summer is coming around. Global warming is real.
Right. Oh, dude.
Yes.
Every year, year for the last 10 freaking years. Every time it's summer, it's like, oh, it's so hot outside. This must be global warming. I remember last year. It was last year or the year before. I was on Twitter, and the Sun, the UK Sun, posted a video of a Magnum, not the condom, a Magnum ice cream melting over the course of 20 minutes. And they're like, it's so hot outside. Look how fast this Magnum ice cream melts. And
there's nothing objective about that at all.
Set up, and it's like,
that's warm outside, yes.
It's hot outside. Your ice cream's gonna melt eventually.
Yeah,
now if you did that for every year for the past 50 years and you timed it, that maybe would make some sense.
Dude,
but if you're just doing it randomly, hey, look, it's warm, that doesn't prove shit.
When my mom
it's
was
just
a
more
kid,
postmodernism, isn't it?
Asphalt was so hot. The asphalt would get so hot in the summer in Baltimore that
I heard asshole.
They would literally, not the assholes. I mean, they were assholes. Maybe they were hot. But the asphalt would get so hot, they would literally go outside and cook eggs on the asphalt on the street.
That's how hot it was.
In the 1960s. So where's this global warming shit?
Yeah, but I hate this stupid thing. First of all, yes, the climate change is all. I think I made a joke in one of my videos. The climate changes every year. Yes, called seasons. And then as far as the climate change goes, yes, the climate changes all the freaking time. Now, I said this to someone. If you can tell me how much of the current climate change that you think is so very real, how much of that is made by humans versus how much of it is natural? And if it is made by humans, how much are you willing to spend and how much percentage is it going to make a difference? Because if the answer is negligible, A, you're wasting a shitload of money, and B, you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Well,
the more variables you throw into the model, the less variance.
Yeah,
the more variance the model can account
Jordan
for.
Peterson spoke about that.
Yes, I'm glad he did because he's completely correct. The more variables you throw into a model that intended to account for or intended for variance accounted, so it's a regression analysis. But the more variables you throw into a regression analysis, the less able it is to define which variable has attributed how much variance to that ultimate variance accounted. As such, the more variables you throw in, the more you're able to understand the complete puzzle. But at the same time, the less able you are to identify what variable is doing what to that outcome. And also, real quick, Slayer P3 for $5 said, could Elon have made this move solely to expose the fraud at Twitter without intending to buy them in the first place? And I think that's a very good question and a very real possibility. What do you guys think?
Yes, but I do think that's Is it doable? Yes, because he's doing it now, so evidently, yeah, that is doable. But I just think he's just doing it to see how much money you can knock off the thing. Because he knew if he gave them $54,
that I think is the real.
yes, if you gave him $54, he'd just like, there's no way in hell they're not going to buy this because it's way above what the company is actually valued at, and then the shareholders will naturally go for it, and then once he gets access, he can get insider information, and then just like slowly expose the company as a pile of horseshit, and then just like knock down the price like a fucking chisel till it's nothing left, and then buy it when all the employees are screeching like a bunch of fucking morons, which they already are. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's actually not very complicated. It's actually very simple if you explain it, but it's also really funny.
And also remember, Twitter's been adversarial trying to do the poison pill thing. So
yeah, which is not at all suspect.
2 weeks ago, they were like, we're going to do this poison pill, or a week ago, we're going to do the poison pill. We do not want Elon to buy it. Now it's like, now you got to. Well, why is that, Twitter? Why does he...
Hubler says this is...
now have to buy it.
Most of this is from the trouble that everyone has caused for SpaceX. Dude, if that was actually the case, if people were screwing with SpaceX and Elon said, I'm going to buy Twitter and just kill you. Oh my god, that is like next level troll. Like, I have fuck you money and I'm going to fuck you with it. That's oh my god, I actually hope that is what he's doing.
I mean, he's basically doing that, but it's even better than that. He's going to he's not just going to kill it, he's going to like turn it into the opposite of what they wanted it to be, so that it actually fucks them.
Yeah, it's going to be funny.
It seems so. I mean, it would be. But just to finish this article real quick, on Thursday, Twitter said the company was pausing most hiring except for business critical roles, adding a statement. We're pulling back on non-labor costs to ensure we're being responsible and efficient. Sure. Memo sent to staffers and confirmed by Twitter CEO Parag Agrawal said the company has not hit growth and revenue milestones after the company began to invest aggressively to expand its user base and revenue. And then we have this article from Axios, which I just sent.
Oh, the Axios one, yeah.
Twitter turns the tables on Musk, will enforce the merger. Again, remember, they tried to do a poison pill to keep Musk from buying it last week.
Yeah. They'd rather destroy it than it fall into his capable hands and him actually turn it into something useful.
Well, no, now they want him to buy it because they've been exposed. That's what I think.
Yeah, well...
they want him to... They really don't want him to buy it. They want to destroy him. Right. Yeah, right.
Right. I mean, yes, buy this... Yes, human. Buy this expensive Cardassian station. We'll just trash it before you get here.
Well, exactly. That appears to be what they're going to just... I mean, they've already been doing that. That's why, I mean, I think Workada said he got 100,000 subs or followers on Twitter over, like, the last couple months, like, since Elon looked into buying it. 100,000 followers.
I mean, I've even seen followers, and I'm a nobody.
Me too. Everyone has. It was clear that something that they were doing was turned off.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It's like I don't do anything, and I'll get followers. I used to never do that.
I'd love to see how many followers my old account has, like, if it gets unsuspended. Because it was over 500. I'd probably get another 100 at least. And let's be honest, I was getting like 50 every day.
Yeah, I mean,
the only reasons why I didn't grow is because I gave up on, I don't know, I was lazy and I didn't do libertarian follow trains.
Oh, no.
But every time I did one, I got 50.
Yeah. It's just clearly everyone has noticed that Twitter is acting differently since Elon started looking into buying it. So, okay, so the big picture, Musk said last week with the $44 billion deal with Twitter temporarily on hold until Parag Agrawal publicly proves that less than 5% of users are bots or spam accounts. Yes, but, says Axios, Musk currently has a contractual obligation to buy Twitter at the agreed upon price. Felix Salmon writes, Elon Musk tweeted at 3:29 a.m. is bidded by Twitter, cannot move forward. Why it matters. Analysts believe Musk is using allegations that Twitter's user base has more bots than the company claims to either back out of the deal or negotiate down a price, especially now that Twitter's stock has plummeted amid a broader market downturn. So, I just wanted to bring this up briefly to show that it seems Twitter's going to basically force him into buying it now, whether or not he wants to.
You maybe want to give me a moment.
What, you gotta play more Tetris?
No, my whole PC just went tits up.
Uh-oh. That's...
Are we actually...
Are we back?
Are we back,
I'm
though?
still seeing S in the chat. Are we back?
Yeah.
I think... I'm still seeing S. Do-do-do. I don't know. Sorry, guys. It appears to be every week there's some kind of issue. Either with OBS or something else. I think we're good. I think we're good, though. Okay.
What the fuck? Whoa, I just read something really weird.
What'd you read?
GB News says 2 more cases of monkeypox identified in the UK with gay, bisexual, and MSM men urged to check for rashes. And the picture is just this fucking gross rash. Ew! Ew!
I don't want monkeypox.
I don't want monkeypox either. And the best part is, the guy who has monkeypox is black.
Aww. What is the best part? I don't understand. I don't understand the meme.
It's monkeypox!
I have, back to where we were, though.
Oh no!
Reality.
We're so cancelled.
Oh, there goes gravity, mom spaghetti. So, I have another article here. If you wouldn't mind, if you're okay now, Spoon. Your computer has stopped having a seizure.
I'm monkeypox posting now.
Ew, that's gross. Do you have the article up? Let me know.
I sure do.
Spoon's computer is still, I think, struggling. Oh.
Oh my god.
Well,
what's happening?
I don't know. Monkeypox. Spoon's computer has monkeypox.
Yes. So how many computers have your computer been connected to recently?
How many? That's a good question.
Are you connecting male-to-male cables again?
He's connecting male-to-male cables. Sounds like it.
Put it in the server. Yeah, I'll put it in the server.
Are you back, Spoon?
Really? We're gay. I mean, she's gay.
I mean, I'm a little gay. Like half.
Yeah, that's the... I always thought bi was like half gay.
It's half a gay. Spoon. Are we back? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Well,
He's
like,
connecting male-to-male cables
you
right
need
now.
help?
Oh, that's right. Spoon is African after all.
Would a gun help? Is this a monkey problem?
Do you have an ape issue?
Neuron activation?
Neuron activation. I'm getting some neuron activation right now.
Oh, need me some abs.
Some abs?
Yes.
Some
yes, tomboy abs, yes.
Hell
yeah.
AA will get mad.
Oh, I said that. Oh, I say it even more just to piss off AA.
Oh, I like AA.
I love AA too. He gets autistic about things sometimes.
Are you unmuted, Spoon?
So he's just quiet on the stream. We're just shit posting.
Yeah.
Great.
Here's the article though. Almost half of Biden's Twitter followers are fake. Audit reveals as Elon Musk puts deal to buy big tech giant on hold over bots. Oh wow! You can't make this shit up, friends.
You really can't.
Just over 49% of Twitter followers on the official @POTUS account. Now to be fair, it's @POTUS, so it would have been Trump's as well. POTUS account are fake. The same analysis found that more than 14 million accounts who follow Biden's personal @JoeBiden handle are also either fake or insufficiently active. An audit of ex-President Donald Trump's archived presidential account @POTUS45 showed that 42.4% of his followers are fake. It comes as Elon Musk took... I was going to say that it's probably the same, yeah, or similar. It comes at... that is markedly different statistically. It comes as Elon Musk took shots at Biden and Twitter at a Miami conference. Tesla billionaire accused CEOs of lying about the company's claim that less than 5% of its 200 million accounts are fake. He also said he would be voting Republican.
Yes, he tweeted that today.
Yes, that was just today. I wasn't sure if it was in this article or not, but yeah. Last month, Musk agreed to buy Twitter for a staggering $44 billion. It's why I do like the Daily Mail. It's the only reason why is because they kind of just get you everything right there in the highlights.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if we need to go over it anymore.
Oh God, the cherry on top would be if like Cody from like Alternate History Hub would tweet about this, so Jimmy could say, "Just like Game of Thrones." Yes, Jimmy, just like Game of Thrones.
Just like Game of Thrones. Yeah. Right. Yes, that's exactly it. They want to slough off the responsibility onto Elon because they don't want it. Because they got exposed. They got exposed for the reality that because the way that they sell advertisers to advertisers, as I said before, the way they sell advertising in space is off of their user base. And if it turns out that that like half of their user base or 40% of their user base is all bots, well then you're not selling shit to anyone, are you? You have to massively recalculate how much an ad on Twitter is worth if half of the users are fake. The obvious answer is whatever you paid for that ad is at least should be worth half, right? That would be my analysis at a very minimum. But then
Yeah,
also, why would you
sense.
trust a company? Why would you trust a company that's going to lie to you like that?
Spoon, just by the way, you're still muted.
Oh, goddamn
it. You fucking asshole.
Well, now we're going to watch a video. We're going to watch the Project Veritas video.
Yay!
Are you,
I'm so excited about this.
Do you go out of your way to get this stream demonetized every week?
No?
Yes.
I
feel like that's what you do.
No, I don't.
Because if you're going to do that, then I should be able to say Game Awards from the bloody get-go.
What am I saying that we'll get the stream demonetized? A 6-minute video from Project Veritas, which is from YouTube?
Probably.
Probably.
Whatever. Just don't say any gamer words. Look, this is just
N?
a Project.
I like saying Game Awards.
You know.
So the ones beginning with an F. Fan of those ones.
So while all this is going on, of course, this leak comes out of Project Veritas. Can I?
Why is Arthur reading so hard?
Oh, for God's sakes.
Let me know when you're in the Spoon.
Well, right now we don't make.
I told him to post Tomboy Mime. I asked him. I mean, he asked me if he wants. He asked me if I needed Tomboy Mime. I just said all caps yes.
Need some tomboy vibe. Tomboy
what
abs.
the hell? Why?
Where are the tomboys? Where the hell are they?
I hate that this fucking thing does this.
If tomboys are watching this stream, I need tomboys.
Well, I was at one point. What's up, Spoon? You got it?
Yeah, it should be alright now.
Let's.
Arthur is reading about demonetization.
No, we're not gonna get demonetized. I don't think so.
There we go.
Let's watch this. We're just watching it. The Project Veritas video.
God. I
Make
enjoy.
profit, so it's going to say ideology, which is what's led us to not being profitable.
Straight
The
up.
rest of us who have been
This is
here
the preview.
believe in something that's good for the planet and not just to.
I want to punch this guy so badly.
Yeah, we know.
Anyone who
Yes.
talks like that immediately just...
It comes with the territory.
Again, even in the highlights, though,
It
even the
fills me
highlights.
with this urge to ball my hand into a fist. It just...
I mean, who else would be going to lunch with this guy?
It's gotta be another guy, because do you know that what they found out, right, is the way that Project Veritas was doing this, right?
Yeah.
Is through Tinder and dating app.
Oh
That
my
appears to be the
God.
way that Project Veritas is setting these meetings up, is that they find a hot girl or guy, in this guy's case, just a guess, I don't know. They
It's a
find
guy.
a hot girl or guy, hire them to go
It is
on
a
a
guy.
date, essentially. Right. Hire them
Yeah.
to go on a date with these people, and they'll just spill the beans. And so now, actually, I think there are some internal messages going on at Twitter, at least, and not if not other places, of do not go on dates with anybody, with people you meet on the internet.
I love how paranoid they are.
Well, because they...
It's really great.
So it's interesting, though. Of course, it's we are not a profitable company because we care more about ideology than profit, and our goal is to not give people free speech, even though Twitter has said that is their goal. But let's continue.
Give people free speech. These are the policies we put in place for misinformation or mislabeling media.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard for him to be like, oh, because people should make their own decision. It's like, no, but people don't know how to make a rational decision if you don't put out correct things that are supposed to be out.
I don't think I need your giant fat homosexual ass to tell me that.
You can't have free speech. We have to tell you what to think before you can have free speech.
Yeah, that is
I know, but
arrogant as fuck.
Also, I know about the Tomboy Mind 3. And then Elon has Asperger's. I know he's saying that to be disparaging, but as a fellow autist, I
am very offended.
No, I think he probably does. Just saying.
He probably does, but that's no reason to discriminate against someone.
Right, yeah.
He has Asperger's.
Yeah, I know that.
So he's special. You're special needs. You're literally special needs.
Well, that is not very progressive now, is it? Alex Martinez, lead.
Actually, it is progressive in the Nazi sense.
Oh, that's true.
So, I can't even take what you're saying seriously.
And yet, this man is shitting bricks at Elon buying the company.
I know. How cute, right?
I wonder how many of them are going to like change sides because they're not very competent in their own way, and they need to bend where the wind blows.
I don't. These people they're indoctrinated deeply. I don't think they'll change sides. They're completely radicalized. And they again, this guy just said, like, we can't show people the truth because if they see the truth, they might change their opinion. He doesn't look at the truth either because he knows the truth might change his opinion. It would create cognitive dissonance. That's why they have to be in charge of information flow. Many people have pointed this out, that the reason why sites like 4chan and very anonymous websites tend to move towards conservative beliefs is because far left-wing beliefs, not all maybe, but particularly the like coddling modern leftist, maybe not so much the commie stuff, like the hardcore tanky stuff, but the modern coddling leftist virtue signaling id pol shit that can only exist in the complete construction of their own creation. It cannot exist if there's any challenge to it whatsoever. That's why they need to ban people. That's why they need to shut people up. Oh, Zion for 2 says the Chad datum is versus the Virgin data is. Very much so. Very much so. Based. Let's continue. Thank you. Here we go.
Advertisers are freaking out because of what he's like tweeting about, like being like, I want free speech, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Like, who really knows what that even means?
Free speech.
It means that you can just say what you want with no consequences.
Now, is Twitter's definition of free speech the same as Elon's?
It means not having a fat homosexual tell you what to think.
Okay, there are limitations on free speech under U.S. law. Let's be clear. Direct threats, not free speech. Okay? A direct threat, actionable threat, is not free speech. That's true.
Yeah,
so
there's
a
I
limitation.
don't need that, though.
Nor do I, nor do most of it. A direct, actionable threat is about where it stops. And then, of course, there are other stipulations. Defamation, but that has to go to court to prove it. You have to prove it's defamatory or libelous. In this case, in Twitter and text, it's libelous. And even then, it's still your freedom to say it. You can just get in trouble for doing it.
According to him, no. As an advertiser, as my business, is what I do every day and why I go out is like, we want it to be as fair and transparent and accurate as possible.
Unless people say things that you don't like, in which case you got to restrict that free speech, right?
Yeah.
And if that means there's a level of censorship to make it correct, quote unquote, again. And what does correct mean? I guess like it just kind of goes into the idea of like, well, what is correct? Like every idea.
The opposite of what you're saying is true.
He's saying that there is no truth. There's no truth but power, right? That's the line. There's no truth but power. They have power, so therefore, what they believe is truth.
Yeah,
what
that's not how the real world works.
No, but it's how it has to exist under this specific dystopic.
Men can give birth. No, they can't. And you're an idiot. There are two genders. There are men and women, and everything else is broken and gay.
Wrong thing,
That's not wrong thing. If I'm gonna go by the party of science, I'm gonna use actual science.
I mean, it's funny that the left considers themselves the party of science, and they still say that stuff while being like, but we deny all science.
We are the party of science, but we're gonna tell you we can reverse global engineering or global warming, and then
reverse global warming.
That's rubbish.
It's because I think it's because normies have no understanding of how scientific inquiry actually works.
Oh, of course, of course. Actual science is boring. That's why my videos are boring.
Actual science have to be. It doesn't have to be. If you do like small scale experiments, just to test certain things.
I know a way how we can stop the whole gender bending gay thing, right? What we need to get is a machine that can indoctrinate all of humanity, right? That makes your brain, when you say the phrase "I identify," you immediately just like compulsively punch someone in the head. That's how we do that.
So what you're telling me is we need the tomboy machine and we need the femboy machine.
No, you just need some giant machine that just says, if you say the phrase "I identify," your fist will immediately punch the person who says that.
What if it's?
The CIA could definitely do that because
Spoon. What if the statement was going to be "I identify as a monarchist"? What then?
No, then just say "I am a monarchist." Why do you identify as one?
True.
Oof.
True. I was just trying to find.
That's some gayness.
But the CIA could do it because we have MK Ultra and all that junk.
Well, we certainly do. Again, that's probably the last topic for the night, but we'll get into some of that.
Definitely.
It's kind of like the principle of being like good and bad. Like good and bad exists, and it's either is bad or it's either good. It's not like a mix of good and bad. It's like,
remember again, what they think is good, what they want. And it has nothing to do with facts. It's nothing to do with reality. Just the ideas that they think are good. That's good, and that's what you're allowed to say. Nothing else.
Booze mean nothing. I've seen what you cheer for.
Gay and fat is bad, and heterosexual and in shape is good.
And it's like kind of the same idea of like, is it truthful or is it lies, or is it a mix of truth and lies? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, where do you draw the line?
That's my concern, though. That's why I hate this.
Genuinely debate with this guy.
Where does he draw the line? He made it pretty clear where he draws the line is if it's good, and if it's good, then
he doesn't care if it's true or false.
Right. He just said it doesn't matter if it's a mix or truth of lies, or just truth, or just lies, as long as it's good.
Because there's very few things that you can just say, "Oh, that's just true. That's just true." They're going to find some sort of thing that's a tiny little technicality to declare something mostly true or mostly false, even if it's not related whatsoever.
Yeah.
Your boobs mean nothing. I see what you boo. Come on, Arthur, keep up. See what you cheer.
Aw.
We didn't make a poll.
Huh?
Make a poll.
What is it?
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, yes. Poll time.
For what?
Make a poll. Democracy. Cringe or gay?
Okay.
It's cringe. And I quite never. I'm gonna have to do an debate to this because I need to do a debate between monarchism and republicanism.
The monarchy will win.
That's what you think.
No, that's what I know.
I've made you
looking at the state of the Dutch.
Very accurate poll.
The absolute state of the Dutch.
The absolute windmill tilting clog botherer.
Your sheep shaggers that got pitted by the English. You can't say shit.
They've somehow been talked into thinking that the monarchy should just live the same lives as everyone else.
so much. It's gonna f everything up.
Don't. He might try to, but there are people that are going to try to push back as much as they can because we are doing. The rest of us who have been here.
Yeah, you've gotten a green flag to do whatever the hell you want. Green light, sorry, to do whatever the hell you want. Now your gay ass is gonna have one owner who just says like, no, it's a private company. I can fuck you and do what I want.
They're saying they're trying to
just
push
fire
back.
them.
They did the
Yeah, you can just fire them.
Well, no, but first they did the what was it called? What was the pill called? No, I can't remember it.
The poison pill.
Poison pill.
My brain died for a second.
Okay, so that just hurts the value. That's all.
Then Elon gets access to some of the back end. Goes, this doesn't look right. And now they're like, no, you got to buy it. Well, if you force them into buying it, what? I mean, I guess they're just going to tank the site.
Here's
right?
an idea.
They're going to just destroy the website on the way out.
That's not. Oh, actually, that's not as bad as it sounds to be. If you think about
not necessarily,
it,
no,
say they poison the value of it on the stock market.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's worthless now. Okay, Elon buys up all the shares. Elon fixes the site. It's worth something now. Sells the shares. What do you know? Made a ton of money.
Oh, Arthur. I think that I think that's a real thing that could happen. If he does end up being forced to buy it, okay, so he fixes it and then it becomes a profitable company? Oh no. You know what will happen? If this does go through, and they clearly now want it to go through, the reason why I think they do is that they're clearly, I think it's unquestionable, they're working with the Biden admin. They're gonna get rid of 230. Right?
Oh yeah, that's what they want to do.
Well, they used to be so in favor of 230, but the second they lose Twitter, they're gonna join the Republicans. And I was against the Republicans, and I was against Donald Trump when he wanted to destroy 230 because I think 230 needs some work. But I also think it's an extremely important provision. 230 needs to be in place so that you can shit post on the internet. That's why you need it. You need Section 230. And now the Democrats, I'm pretty sure, if Elon buys it, and it appears that now that they want to push him so he has no choice into buying it, then they're going to go after 230. They're going to destroy 230 so that Twitter can't basically exist without being able to sue Elon Musk for anything that someone says on it.
Hey, look, more than half the chat think democracy is gay. Ha ha ha. Excellent.
Well,
our chat is sane.
17% also thinks it's cringe, and 28% thinks it's shit. So, I mean, there were a lot of
shit. There's
a lot of diverse opinions here.
Yeah, they're all shit. Like, none of those things are good. Like,
thank God. Yeah, thank God opinions don't actually matter.
Believe in something that's good for the planet and not just to give people free speech.
Yeah,
but I think when he has to talk to the employees and face the music and be like, this is... Because again, like...
I am your new boss. If you don't like it, fuck off. There's plenty of people who want to work here because I have a reputation and I'm actually a good boss. That's what Elon can say. Like, people have... Lotus just did a video on this. The amount of people who want to work for Twitter now that Elon has bought it has gone up significantly.
Right. It's like, well, maybe I won't get indoctrinated and forced
yes.
to...
because Twitter has because Musk has a reputation of being a good boss. So, yeah. Excellent.
These people really do believe in what we're doing, and so like...
So they're indoctrinated bastards, just like you.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Are they just as fat as you?
Yeah. They're not just going to be like, these are the policies we've put in place for misinformation or mislabeling media or whatever.
Yeah.
Why do you think this should be taken down?
Yeah.
Like, those are the questions they're going to ask it.
Yeah.
Because it's gay.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
because...
he likes gay things to stay up.
Most of the things that they want taken down should not be taken down. It's just feelings. And you're saying here pretty explicitly that
he's gay, of course he's pro-feelings.
Right, that your feelings matter more than the
there you go.
Your feelings matter more than the profitability of the company.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be hard for him to be like, oh, because people should make their own decision. It's like, no, but people don't know how to make a rational decision if you don't.
You know, I mean, I want to pause this real quick. Because Spoon, you and I often talk that people, the reason why democracy is a problem is because people can't make good decisions, rational decisions. This guy's actually saying the same thing that we are. But I think people should be allowed to say what they want. You disagree with me on that, I think.
No, you could say whatever the hell you want. I don't have a problem with that. No. Hell, I want to be able to say the F word on Twitter.
No, but I thought you said that like some ideas needed to be curtailed, which is what this guy's saying.
Oh, communism. Yeah, like I believe you should shoot communists out of a cannon.
I believe you should shoot communists with a bullet. Don't waste their resources.
Yeah, but I also don't think communists are humans.
They aren't.
Yeah, there you go.
Look, Tommy Mark is a friend of the show. Don't be.
I can't play favorites.
If he wants to take my rights away,
then
he's no friend of me.
I have to be principled and just say, like, no, if you believe these things, fire out of a can.
Yes, if he is treating compassion like the false virtue that it is.
I don't know about that. But I wanted to bring it up because he's saying people can't make rational decisions, and much of what we talk about why we don't think people should be able to vote is because they can't make rational decisions. However, I do think people should be able to say whatever the fuck they want, even if it's irrational. Well, that's why Spoon and I don't believe people should be able to vote. Why we're monarchists.
Well, at the very,
we're good at making decisions.
I'm well on record for saying I'm no monarchist, but at the very least, there needs to be qualifications, or at least they need to have skin in the game. There needs to be something.
Yeah. I would be more than willing to do the Heinleinian model plus the property model. I think there's ways towards votership. I think Spoon more believes in no voting whatsoever, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
No, he just believes that only the monarchy can vote.
Well, nobody can vote.
Hardcore absolutism.
Yeah, I think there's.
So only one man can vote.
Yeah, she's for the constitutional. I'm trying to bring her over to the absolute.
Yeah, constitutional monarchy with options to vote coming from Heinleinian, so service guaranteed citizenship, from property ownership, and from a geneocracy sort of model. So you can pass it.
Here's my treatment for commies.
Hmm.
Look at the screen.
What am I supposed to look at?
Just wait for it to kick in and you'll see.
Oh, where?
On the screen.
He just always says this cannon.
That's a cool cannon. Someone drew it for me, and I use it in videos. It's a fucking cool cannon.
It is a nice cannon.
Yeah.
Rat King, I am a constitutional monarch, so why no voting? I propose the three methods to voting that I would be most acceptable or amenable towards.
Arthur, you will not win that battle, okay? Democracy is cringe and gay as shit. You are just the idea of having an educated populace and that's somehow going to serve the machine of democracy is fucking absurd. It is
democracy is a really nice
democracy
idea.
Is guaranteed to end in failure and corruption. It is an inevitable process of maturing democracy.
I mean, we're talking about direct democracy, right?
Well, no, just democracy in general. Like, for example, Michael Malice. Michael Malice.
I really don't like how like representative democracy is just sort of shoehorned into democracy when it's so it's such a different monster that's just being abused for doublespeak.
Right there.
Michael Malice said this thing when he was on with Glenn Beck. They asked him about the free speech and the Constitution, and Michael Malice said, no, the Articles of the Confederation, the original government before the Constitution, that was how it should be done. The centralization aspect is the Constitution. I think if you say to right-wingers...
No, I really like the Constitution.
I like the Constitution as well.
If you say to right-wingers that you are going to get rid of the Constitution because it's the apparatus that is resulting in the federalization that you hate so much, their brains will explode.
I don't hate the federalization. Well, I just want it to be smaller.
I hate the current level.
Then be monarchist.
Smaller, and that is why. Well, that's how we came to the monarchy.
No, because I don't want to dump billions of dollars on a family.
It's actually cheaper, by the way. It's significantly cheaper than a democracy.
Historically, it has been
cheaper. Show me a royal family that's actually functioning right now.
It's a bit difficult to do because they've been dissolved because of the fuckwit called Woodrow Wilson.
There's no such thing as real communism?
No.
That's real monarchies have existed for hundreds of years. It is our most used government system in the history of our species.
Yeah, but make that work and try to make that work today.
Liechtenstein, Luxembourg.
Try to make it work today. I think democracy would be really, monarchy would be really easy to work today because if the coup is anything to go by, it is not difficult to manage the plebs. It is very easy to manage humans.
That is a good point.
And people do not push back. If you were to have a monarchy that is governed well, people will not rebel at fucking all.
Unless they're Australians.
Well,
No, Australians don't do shit either.
Well, they beat up the cops. They did a good job.
It was a penal colony, so it might explain some of
Yeah,
the behavior.
so you might not be able to manage literal convicts very well. There might be certain if you were to cherry pick a population, then you might.
Aussies are incredibly conciliatory and prone towards capitulation for their government.
Wrecking just says Oman, Saudi. Yeah, but the Saudis are Muslim. I don't give a fuck about those people.
Well,
yeah, I don't give a shit about them either.
It's a good point, though. I mean, still, that
they're about to give up on their own principles.
If you guys saw what is in my head as far as Europe and monarchy goes, oh my god, I would probably
be
on I would be on a list.
Absolutist. I get it. You're an absolutist.
No, that's not what I meant. I don't mean as far as the government goes. It's more the demographics that I'm in.
No, he's just
there might be some logistical issues with that as well, because like having one person run an entire government doesn't sound feasible anymore.
Yeah, and monarchy works in Monaco, and I do want to say about Malaysia. Malaysia actually had an experiment with democracy that failed, went back to a monarchy. So
yeah, I mean, I'd take a monarchy over like direct democracy any day for sure, or whatever this gay shit we have.
Oh, direct democracy.
Literally gay like shit liberalism.
I wanted to say a word, and I wanted to say a
theocracy
meme.
Good. No, I'm not a fan of theocracy.
I really wanted to say a meme, and then I realized I couldn't say
no,
the meme.
Not theocracy.
What meme?
I don't want the government to be based off of dogma.
You can have a monarchical system in a state.
Mm.
Take the most red state you can.
No. I meant theocracy. I'm not a fan of it either because of the dogma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand how, like, yes, that religion is a useful tool for managing the plebs, but please, please just not.
Let's, even though this is a monarchic channel, let us move on. I believe we have discussed it somewhat. We can always talk about it more. We've got a lot to go through here today, though.
I'm gonna have to like invite you on for one of my streams, and we can talk about we can talk about in particular the differences between direct democracy and like a Republican democracy.
I'd love to. Yeah, absolutely. We'll get back to the bit of a meme here, though. We have our
yes, memes are more important.
Our flamboyant friend has things to tell us about how things work at Twitter.
Put out correct things that are supposed to be out in the public.
Who determines what's correct? As I said earlier, Hunter Biden laptop story was originally fake news. Now it's not. What's correct? It's temporally based.
What it really comes down to is, does Twitter care more about profit or ideology?
Now I think it's about, well, right now we don't make profit, so it's going to say ideology, which is what's led us to not being profitable.
Oh, what a giveaway.
That's what's happened?
Well, Twitter's not profitable.
Because of ideology.
Well, if we're implementing all these rules that and Elon wants to dismantle them, then technically our ideology has led us to not making money because we're not making money. And Elon wants to turn it the other way so that we can make money. Do you get what I mean?
It was. But there it was. Oh, what a giveaway. There it was. There was the whole thing out in public that if Elon takes over Twitter, he'll try to make it profitable. And if it's profitable, it can't be ideologically based.
Yeah, of course. No, we already knew that.
Ideologically focused, we'll put it that
way. Look at this. Look at the amount of people who've been hemorrhaged. Look at Netflix.
Yeah.
Look at Disney.
Mm-hmm.
No shit. You can't be profitable and be woke. It doesn't work.
Nope.
I mean, and if you continue to increase your price endlessly, people will eventually just stop subscribing altogether.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have no doubt that there's more to what they tell us than what they tell us. Like, there's probably is some more. Tell me the real, like what you're asking. I have no doubt there is. But there's a statement they need all 7,000 people to say.
By the way, how is Twitter operating on a loss?
Because of, the investors. That's how.
Why are you willing to dump money? It means you get money. It means you get money from somewhere else.
I know people who have Twitter stock. But then there's giant, big, mega companies that also invest in Twitter, and they're willing to allow
Twitter stock.
And they're willing to allow it to operate at a loss because
they get money from elsewhere.
Oh God, this pisses me off so much.
They don't care if it makes money because it's politically expedient.
The fucking Jim Cramers and the Fox businesses of the world telling people to invest in fucking Amazon, Apple, and Peloton and Twitter and whatnot. Their tech stocks are big. Just throw money at it. It'll totally make money. Like, meanwhile, they're doing this. Like, you should have thought for yourself and used some insight you actually had in the industry. Remember when Elon Musk tweeted that a few days back?
By the way, fucking economic analyst.
Fucking just a week. It couldn't have been more than like 3 weeks ago that Elon Musk said, like, when it comes to investing, you should invest in what you know.
Yeah.
And that's all I did, and I quintupled my money.
I mean, for me, I've only invested once. I got in and out on the GameStop thing.
Oh God!
What? No, I did it for the meme. I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, you did it for the meme. I did it to actually make money.
I didn't make money off it either. Well, I made a little money.
I've made more money off of trading stocks than anything else I've ever done in my life.
I gotta get back into it, like, and actually, because that is a good way to make money. I'm trading stocks. I only did it. I even like had people help me set up like an account and stuff just to get on GME. And it's just because I want to be part of it was a thing. I want to be part of it and be like, yeah, I'm part of this.
Yeah, I mean, I sold my AMD stock a month ago because I saw that they.
Oh shit! I think I still have AMD. Yeah, not AMD.
Yeah,
not AMC. I think I never sold.
Oh, AMC.
That's not worth shit anymore.
I had to get rid of my AMD because I saw that they had canceled Threadripper. It shows that, you know, the time of them just spanking Intel is over.
You gotta be really on point to get into stock market trading. I don't think I have it within me. Anyway, let's continue. We'll finish this off.
And so tell us that, like, the real truth. Like, you get what I mean?
Oh no.
That's what I'm saying. I think at the end of the day, with the real truth.
That guy's drunk on margaritas or something.
What's wrong with margarita?
So, okay, I just got a message from Discord.
What?
It's a gay drink.
Apparently, I'm in a server that's violating the rules.
Oh, what'd you do?
It's for no, I didn't do anything. They're saying it's because of Rome.
Rome? Rome?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that server. Athens, I know, but
yeah, it's related. I don't really do anything there, so well, I guess Rome is going to get banned for a third time.
Uh-oh. I wasn't familiar with the servers, but rip anyway. Sorry. We'll get back into it.
The truth is that they can't ever really say it's all about money.
It's not.
It's all about money and making all these money. Parag, Jack, the board members, everyone gets paid. Elon gets like tax benefits, doesn't have to pay taxes forever.
Right.
Everything.
Elon pays more taxes than anyone else in America, but whatever.
Like, it's all like a money shit greed America. Elon Musk as a person is whatever. I don't think he's a Looney Tune. He has Asperger's.
Yeah, I know that.
So he's special. We all know that. That's fine. So you know he's gonna say some crazy because he's special.
What?
I mean, he's actually implying that Elon's retarded, right? I'll use the word. That's the word. That's what he actually wants to say. He's saying special. He means retarded. The man who is making us get closer to Mars. The man who made green energy cars cool. Is R-worded? Is that what you're saying, my dude?
He's so R-worded that he's had more success pushing green energy than any Democrat ever combined.
You've spent a decade trying to get people to buy electric cars and stuff.
Not that, you know, not that using a bunch of not that using batteries that essentially can't be recycled and getting power from coal is clean by any way.
Not.
Also, the idea of calling Musk retarded when he literally made a rocket company with no fucking PhD. He is self-taught and he was the chief engineer.
Honestly,
that is insane.
Yeah,
the level of balls to do that is fucking phenomenal.
Again, is he
It's
slightly autistic?
To be fair, it is
But-
actually easier if you just give up on that shit. Just don't go for the PhD. Don't do it. Do what you want to do when you're still young in your 20s. Start that company. Do it.
You know what? I would put it that way. I in some ways I'm kind of happy I ended up leaving my PhD for a little bit because I can always get it later. You know, I can always finish that shit and teach it. Because when you're real old, well then teach. You know, and then,
Lord Bezos wants to get us to the moon. No, Lord Bezos wants to get to the moon first so we can put a fucking Amazon get there by the time Elon does.
Yeah, that's why he's pretending to be base these days.
Yeah, I think Bezos only wants to outdo Musk for no other reason than to outdo Musk. That's it.
Well, yeah, it's because it's like a dick throwing contest.
Yeah, exactly, and he's got a tiny PP.
Although Bezos is saying some base shit right now, but I think it's because he realizes the Democrats are completely losing power, and he needs to get in with the next people. That's his thing.
Spoon, if he's writing on the wall, I think you're completely correct.
Yeah, everyone sees the writing on the wall.
Don't you also see his piece of... Why can't we just all love each other? Haven't you seen his other tweets where he's like, I'm like, you're...
That is literally your ideology.
That's your ideology.
That is your ideology, you fucking fat gay...
Calling him special needs and R-worded because he says, why don't we try to be nice to each other? This is how they actually think about you, by the way. This is how all leftists think about you behind your back. I'm just saying. If you try to be like you do the libertarian thing, you're like, why don't we try to get along? Why don't we try to be peaceful? Behind their back, they're calling you a retard. Okay, let's just be honest.
To be fair, so am I.
No, the difference is when you call them that to their face. That's
that's you.
different. That's far more honest. They do this in private. In public, they go, "Oh,
I'll do both.
You so much, so nice." In private, they're calling you the R word.
Actually, I think you would call me
special needs. Literally, though, you really are. So, I can't even take what you're saying seriously. Because
I hope autistic like groups get really up in arms about this.
Oh, look, monkeypox is actually spreading. It's in the UK now, Portugal, and Canada and Spain as well. So it's not going to be the coof, it's going to be that.
Well, there's some...
and I bet you all the people that have it probably...
About what kind of status they might be?
I was thinking more along the lines of... how do you think this is going to impact your immune system for those of you that had the mini boosters?
Well, even now on Good Morning America, a woman came on to Good Morning America this last week and admitted that there's some autoimmune issues.
Yes.
That are potentially, I'm quoting Good Morning America, that are potentially related to the fourth
here we go.
booster. Okay? That's what they're now saying publicly. So I'm allowed to say it. YouTube, Susan, I'm quoting Good Morning America. That there were autoimmune issues related to the fourth booster, according to Good Morning America. That seemed to be similar to other autoimmune disorders.
I'm sure this is a good meme.
As I explained to Spoon in private, and I will explain to anyone in detail in private how this works, but you don't need me to explain. There's many scientists around who can explain to you how mRNA technology can function similar to retroviruses, such as HIV is a retrovirus. Just saying.
Okay.
That's all I'll say about it.
Oh,
I can't say it. I literally can't say anymore. I can't say anymore.
Oh, you can't?
No. All I can say is that a retrovirus alters the DNA of a cell, and so does a mRNA vaccine.
Mm.
That's all I'll say.
Yes,
HIV is a retrovirus.
Yes. Oh, you're right. We
That's
can't
all.
say more because of Susan.
Nope, I can't say anything else because of Susan. And time will tell. And I'm not looking forward to it. It's going to be very sad, I think.
People are starting to leak now? Like, what?
unfortunately, it would be like you recording me right now and going and giving it to like the New York Times and like, here, I just had dinner with the Twitter representative.
By the way, this is like next level trolling.
He was
This is like the masterpiece of just oh god, like this is just delicious.
Be a to say. I just had a whole thing. Look at it. You see where it's from?
Corporate security.
Targeting of tweeps.
Wait.
You can read it.
It's hilarious. They call their employees tweeps.
Oh,
Twitter employees tweeps. He just shows him his phone.
Let me see.
Wow.
And how to protect yourself. Groups like Project Veritas are active right now.
By the way,
yeah, that's gold.
that is genius. That mispronunciation right
really
there.
is.
That is.
Totally threw him off.
That's wonderful.
Is that?
That's slick as shit. That is just the cherry on top of the troll. It is.
So good.
It is the flake in the ice cream. Oh, it's.
It makes me so happy.
Oh god, it's so good.
It is the flake in the ice cream.
It's like some group that's trying to just out the employees.
Oh, is it?
Like they're trying to go on dates with them like this and record them and then go sell it to the New York Times.
Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh my god, it is.
It's beyond
It's. I have no words. It is.
And say this is what the Twitter employee just said. Like, this is what's really happening. This is what they're telling us to not do. You're lucky that you met me organically, because I would be questioning everything about you.
Do you meet him organically?
I wish I was in a room where someone showed him this. That this is actually thing like he got snookered by this thing while he's being trolled with it. Oh my god.
Particularly after that shit. I've been
Oh my god, it's so good. I made a joke in my video that I wish I was in the room when this happened, but I think he probably would have a stroke because he's a fairly big fella. He probably would need to call 911. Because I imagine the guy.
Not that fat, dude. He's a chunky boy, but.
I guarantee you he weighs at least 230 pounds.
Yeah, probably.
There you go.
But you were real buff and weighed 230. He just isn't. That's our only video for tonight. So I want to move to the next topic, which is in the
Sorry, I was memeing.
It's related to the baby formula crisis.
Do we have to talk about this? This is like such a boring topic.
There's some
What
weird
isn't
stuff
boring?
There's some really weird stuff in it. I'm only going to go over the basic information on this Axios post real quick.
Yeah.
People mostly know
Yeah.
what's going on. I just want to bring it up so we can be like, let's just go over what's happening.
I
and
like
want to
this meme.
What meme?
Oh. Yeah, let's quickly go over the Axios thing. 'Cause I gotta
Virgin
get out of
constitutional
here.
monarchies versus the Chat Absolute.
Oh god. Yeah. I don't know how well that works after one generation, but okay.
We've talked about it before, but
It makes me laugh.
So let's go through this Axios thing because I gotta go. I gotta pick up
Oh,
a
sure.
pizza.
oh, sure thing. Feel free to head out whenever. Spoon, we'll get to the rest. This is the basic, just kind of rundown of the baby formula shortage, which may not end anytime soon, according to Herb Scribner from Axios. Big picture, the shortage has caused a panic among millions of parents and caregivers in the U.S. who rely on formula to feed their children. You know, were you guys confused or like weirded out by this a little bit? At just how many parents exclusively use formula?
Yes.
I was a little bit
a
surprised
tad.
by it.
I mean, I know that it's a thing, but the reasons are kind of the reasons that they claim that babies won't latch.
I mean, there are
a lot of
real
moms don't produce enough milk, and all these genetic things that we've let slip through the
Sure.
cracks. And I'm no eugenicist. I think we should fix problems like that, obviously. But
Yeah.
this has made people overwhelmingly. This has made people lean on a crutch like this that was just going to happen eventually. And
I think so.
this happening even once is going to ruin the development of so many children.
There's already significant research that shows that children who were born during the pandemic are significantly lower
Yes.
in IQ. And if they can't get food now, I mean, I do find it bizarre that it's like, well, babies need to have formula. Well, why? And again, excluding the genetic issues, the problems with latching, the problems with the mother not being able to produce enough milk, I would think that, I don't know how many women that is, but my guess would be that something like 60 to 70% of mothers don't have a problem. Because how? Oh, let's ask the question: how did babies survive beforehand? Now there were, of course, wet nurses, but the primary reason for wet nurses throughout history is because
we taught them to hunt with a stick at the age of 3.
No. I mean,
no, it was because they
was
had
that
better
just my
things
raising?
to do.
Okay then.
Yeah, that was just your raising. It was because the elites have better things to do.
The elites had better things to do, and mothers of certain status did not breastfeed. That was the way it was. It was just not the thing. It's not just an American culture.
Odd,
It's been for 2,000 years.
Personally, I would think tending to your young is one of the most important things you can do, especially if you're an elite.
That's what I. Well, even whether or not you're elite or just a human
especially
being.
if you have supposedly good genetics and you can actually breastfeed properly.
Well, it helps form the bond between mother and child.
Yeah, which even though psychology has only existed about 150 years, people could guess that that's important.
Well, again, though, like I said, wet nurses have been around for thousands of years. And of course, what a wet nurse is it's a woman who has given birth and has never stopped breastfeeding. Because basically, as long as you don't stop, your breast will keep producing milk. So you give it to some other woman and have her feed the baby, right? And that's how it's worked for literally thousands of years. For women, but again, the main reason was for those reasons that women had an issue, or that would be like in the local community. If a woman had some issue, she couldn't produce milk, there'd be probably a local woman who could serve as a wet nurse. The way it's worked within society for at least the last like couple hundred years has been the elites have a wet nurse, so they don't have to breastfeed. But the idea of the common folk not breastfeeding, that's quite new. That's maybe 80 years old, 100 years old maybe, of the common folk not breastfeeding. What is baby formula? Full of nutrients to help babies grow.
Yeah, and yet
et cetera.
I'm sure we fill ours with high fructose corn syrup and canola oil, right?
Sure. Why do people use formula instead of breast milk? Formula is designed to mimic breast milk, the AP reports, though doctors often recommend breastfeeding until babies are at least 6 months old. Excuse me. However, many women will run into issues and face difficulty breastfeeding. Some are unable to produce high supplies of milk and need a supplement with formula to make sure their baby is eating enough. Others may be on certain medications that may make breastfeeding dangerous. Oh, I don't know, like a untested vaccine. Whoops. Sorry. Oh, I didn't mean... Whoops. Pardon me. The vaccine is not untested at all. Mothers will also stop breastfeeding long term because they need to return to work and won't have the time or equipment necessary. Like a pump?
This is just like the abortion debate. They just ignore things that exist.
I mean, that have existed for decades. Just have a pump, and then go to you're in the office, go back to work if you need to. Obviously, as many couples do, working with couples working, take a pump, go to the women's restroom, pump. At this point, they can't actually you can't get in trouble in any office for doing it in your cubicle. So, and it's been that way. That's also been the way things have worked for decades. That women can pump breast milk, and you're supposed to just be left alone to do it because obviously they should be allowed to do it in the office. It's not sexual. It's, by the way, under a shirt, and usually they have a covering device so no one sees it. Let them pump breast milk. Put it in the fridge. Hope no weird creepo goes drinking out of it, and then it's fine when you go home. How did the baby formula shortage happen? Chain supply issues from COVID-19 pandemic. Weird how that only started in 2022, though. Now, there was that lab blow up, which they don't even mention here in this Actos article. The one lab blew up, or like it got found to have like horrible bacteria in it. This was it. The Abbott factory in Sturgis, Michigan, had a bacterium known as Chronobacter sakazaki that may have contributed to the death of, caused the death for both patients. So 2 children died, which is horrible. Obviously. The FDA said it would take additional time to confirm the existence of the Chronobacter in the formula. there's two things to point out here. One, why is one factory being shut down causing a nationwide shortage? And two, how interesting is it that if that is true, that there's so few companies producing this product that if one goes under, there is a nationwide shortage? That would be my two questions. And I don't believe that COVID stuff, and I don't believe that this one factory going under, for me, I don't think are sufficient explications of it. Only about 25% of parents breastfeed their children until they're 6 months old. 25%. That was insane to me.
That's fucked. No wonder why we're all fucked up.
25% of mothers breastfeed their kids?
This is wrong. This needs to be changed. It needs to be illegal to
It's the
to do it.
natural state of human biology.
Yeah, this should be illegal unless it's necessary. If you don't, if you can't make it work, fine. I get it. That's why people use formula. But there's so many people who are doing this voluntarily because they've been told. I know so many people who have been told this is just how you do things. Which is just what?
I didn't even realize it. What? That's crazy. 25%. And that's only until they're 6 months old, and I'm guessing it drops massively. Look at the CDC right here. What does it say?
It's that weird phenomenon, like, first that like, new parents are super strict, and then, like, by the third kid, they're just like, whatever.
I guess so. Oh, do we have a after 6 months?
Oh, God. Oh, no. Your monarchy has this gay coin now.
What? Gay coin, what?
Yeah, you should, look. I'm posting it. Look at how gay it is.
Ew, no, no, disavow. Anyway, so
I think I'm fitting in just fine here.
Great. Premature infants and babies with certain medical conditions often face tremendous risks since they need specialized formulas because of their specific medical conditions. That's also true.
Okay, I'm dog posting
impoverished families. Here's the thing about impoverished families. Do you know what you got on hand, or more accurately, on titty? You can produce breast milk, the vast majority. So.
Okay, I've dog posted.
Black infants are disproportionately impacted as only 76% are ever breastfed, below the national average of 84%. That's not a massive disparity. I mean, it is a disparity, but of course you have to have black people most affected, because of course.
Of course, black people are most affected by absolutely fucking everything. If you were to look at the statistics, you'd think they're not very good at taking care of themselves.
But here's where it gets weird, right? So that's disconcerting. But then we have this article from Science Times in 2020, in June of 2020, so 2 years ago. Bill Gates, Zuckerberg, other billionaires invest in environmentally friendly artificial breast milk cultured from human mammary.
Okay. Well, since I think I've made my point, I think I'm going to bail now.
Okay, thanks for stopping by, 3. It's great to have you.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll still be around later. So if you want to talk on Broken Crown later, I'll be in there.
Sure thing, I might be around. We'll see how tired I get by the end. But thanks so much for stopping by and joining us for a little bit.
All right, y'all take care. And
you too.
Oh yeah, and chat, fucking subscribe to my YouTube channel, you bastards.
Subscribe to 3 of 12. Could you send me a link to your channel so I can post it in the
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Because we're going to read an article soon about how Bill Gates has nothing to do with any of this. Also, despite
they changed how this works.
My
channel. There we go. Okay, I put it in the chat. Okay,
there we go. Okay. Thank you. Thanks so much for showing up, 3. Great to have you.
All right, thank you so much. See you guys.
Guys, there's 3 of 12's channel. If you want to check his channel out, go ahead and try it out. Try it out, man. So that was a really obscure reference. Anywho, again, great of free to join us. Bill Gates, Zuckerberg, other billionaires invest in environmentally friendly artificial breast milk, etc. A new and better breast milk alternative has arrived, and it claims to be helpful for the environment as well, because of course it is. The US firm BioMilk, with a Q, is artificially producing human breast milk from cultured human mammary epithelial cells to be commercially available to consumers. The startup company has received $3.5 million from an investment fund that is co-founded by Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Richard Branson, and Mark Zuckerberg. The fund... What a strange, weird kind of group of people to fund human breast milk alternatives. Right, Spoon?
I'm confused by this story.
Isn't it? It's just weird, right?
No, I don't understand how the hell you can claim to be green when it's literally produced by a fucking woman's tit, you fucking wanker.
This is not.
That doesn't make any sense.
This
no.
Is greener than
no, I mean, no, I mean actual fucking, you know.
No, Spoon, this is greener because it's made in a factory.
Please stop. This is not funny. This is just dumb. Like I don't like this world we live in. It is incredibly fucking stupid, and I legitimately hate how dumb people are. When I see crap like this, I just think, why are we so stupid? Seriously, why are humans so unbelievably fucking dumb?
Listen to the Science Times explication of what you're asking about. A greener infant milk alternative. BioMilk aims to provide a greener alternative for formula milk as an estimated 10%.
This is going to become the new cult, isn't it?
It clearly is, which is a significant source of greenhouse gases, is used in manufacturing baby formula.
So how about make your own with you fucking on?
The firm claims to have developed a milk form that is easier for babies to digest than formula. Do you see how they don't explain how they're not going to make it in a factory? Most importantly, though, it emits a smaller carbon footprint. How?
Who the hell gives a fuck?
No. But the point is, in 2020, Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, and Richard Branson all invested in making this bio milk, fake milk stuff, right? Well, now we've got a milk shortage. Now, some people might say, that looks a little bit suspect, right?
It is.
Well, Bill Gates, we have a fact check here by Reuters. I gotta go through the Reuters thing. I think it's funny.
Bill Gates is basically just a discount antichrist.
Would you mind reading this? Because my voice is killing me. I need to take a break from it.
What am I reading?
The Reuters article. Read it with sarcasm. Read it with I sent it to you. Read it with sarcasm because this is their debunking of it. Even though we just read the actual article about how they were donating and funding this biomilk stuff.
Hold on.
But if you don't mind, just my voice is killing me. Spoon.
What?
You ding dong.
What do I do now?
Could you read this one article for me? Well, I try to give my voice a break for a second.
No, hold on.
Look.
Hold on. Wait.
The natural progression of the MMT mommy milker theory, says Darren Richards.
The fact-checking Bill Gates' investment in lab-produced breast milk company is unrelated to baby formula shortage, contrary to posts online. Yeah, I'm sure fucking is, mate. Claim that Bill Gates invested in a computer working to create, or a company, sorry, my apologies, to create lab-produced breast milk company, man, this is, why is this text so fucking light? Hold on. Oh, there we go. Just as the United States experiences a baby formula shortages are misleading, no it fucking isn't. There is no evidence that the year-old investment has anything to do with the current shortage. The timing is totally just coincidental. The motives...
there's no evidence, but it certainly is a bit
when
of
there's smoke, there is usually fire. The motives of which have been documented by Reuters and other media outlets. Users making this allegation refer to an investment by a fund backed by Gates in company BioMilk. God, even the way that's written is gay. The company has said its product has 3 to 5 years away from being on the market. Nah, I don't quite buy that. Whilst baby formula becomes scarce, Bill Gates begins promoting his new artificial breast milk technology. How is it becoming scarce? Mothers produce it themselves. Literally.
Well, you would know this, that they used to just put rum or other types of alcohol in the baby's mouth to keep it from crying, right?
Is that what happened to Laura Lightfoot?
Well, I was asking you. I mean, there's some.
Why are you asking me?
I'm just saying there's some rum involved.
Oh. That was more a brandy one. Explains a lot of things, actually. Whilst baby formula is scarce, Bill Gates begins promoting his new artificial breast milk technology. How very convenient, one Twitter user wrote. Yes, I wonder why. Turns out Bill Microsoft... Oh, God.
Microshaft. A word
no,
I
it's
can't say.
Macrosoft.
It's Microshaft.
No, it says Macrosoft.
I know, he says Macrosoft, but... Because Bill Gates is a pudgy, soft man. He's also old, so whatever.
Judging by the looks of his titties, he's probably been testing those fucking things.
Microshaft Wong blows. There you go.
God, the cringe. God, I hate...
Internet exploder.
Oh, God, why am I finding that funny? That's so stupid and gay, but...
What's wrong with Internet exploder?
Oh, God. That isn't funny, but it is actually funny.
What, macro shit Wang blows?
Oh, God, this is... This is fucking terrible. Has been investing heavily in synthetic soy breast milk. Yeah, he's probably been growing it, looking by the size of him, he's a fucking vat for it.
Looks like he's making it himself.
Yeah, exactly. He's probably been pumping it. That's why it's, yeah, it's homemade. It's homemade by fucking his own tits.
Homemade Bill Gates titty milk.
Ah. Yeah. Milo says, I think my grandpa used whiskey. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Did your grandparents used to drink, you know, like real shit? Grandparents used to drink, you know, they didn't used to drink like spirits in the vodka sense. They would drink, you know, whiskey.
Alcoholic Bill Gates titty milk right into the mouths of the young.
Just look at him. He's wearing a mask and the stance with the tits. Yes.
Very, very disrespectful.
Why are his nipples so cockeyed?
You're familiar with that Trump tweet, right?
It
was
Aiden, that's quite rare. Or that's good. That's very vague. Sorry.
Very.
Am I familiar with a Trump tweet? Like that. Fucking hell! Which one? He's done quite a few.
It was Bernie. What was his name? Shit. Not Bernie Sanders. Bernie Frank looked disgusting. Nipples protruding in his blue shirt before Congress. Very, very disrespectful. Look at his nipples protruding. Fuck. His nipples are protruding. Barney Frank. I'm sorry. Oh, I can't help it. I just love that tweet.
Candace Owens has a point, by the way.
That's why I miss Trump. I want to get more tweets like that about Barney Frank. Nipples protruding. Very, very disrespectful. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm done for a minute.
Someone said that that's not a belly under Gates' shirt. That's a udder. And now that I'm looking at that, I'm kind of suspicious myself.
He's getting ready. He's preparing his body to be the milk supplier of the world. You might call him the milkman.
There's so much wrong with this story. Yeah, but much like Bill Gates, Aiden is going to milk it for all it's worth.
The part that actually has to do with we know about the shortage. Go down to the part that's about biomilk. It's only a paragraph, and I'll probably my voice will be a little better by then.
I want to ask the chat for something. Give me as many puns with milk as you can. So far, we have an utter disgrace. We're gonna milk it for we're gonna milk it for all it's worth. Aiden, you got anything else?
Oh, give me 1 second, I will.
Ask Bill.
No. I got a thing. I just gotta look it up. Hang on. You all know this. 1 sec.
Parents across the United States are feeling the strain. Well, you can just produce your own breast milk and problem fucking solve. An infant formula all but disappeared from store shelves. Pandemic-related shortages were exacerbated in February after Abbott Laboratories, the leading supplier of milk formula in the United States, recalled some baby formulas, including Similac, made at its plant in Michigan due to complaints about bacterial infections in infants who consume the products. The recall caused retailers to limit their purchases of infant formulas, CVS said in last month, limited in-store and online purchases of the product to 3 per order, while Walgreens issued a similar cap in March. Kroger has a limit of 4 products per customer, and Target has restrictions on online sales for weeks. By the end of April, 40% of baby formula products were out of stock nationwide, according to data from Data Assembly.
By the way, I don't have it actually, but foreign countries have companies from foreign countries have offered to sell baby formula to the U.S. and we've said no on it.
Yeah, I wonder why. That's a very capitalistic way to solve a problem. We have an excess supply here.
I don't mean like Qatar and like China.
It's the UK, yeah.
I mean the UK and Norway and Sweden, you know.
Yeah, it's something to note. Have you noticed in like the last, I don't know, about 3 or 4 years, every single conspiracy has come true?
Yeah, a little bit.
Not every single one. I can't. Give me a single one that went viral that hasn't come true.
The Q conspiracy stuff.
One that's actually has sense.
2 more weeks. That's what I mean. Like, but I'm just saying. You asked me for an example, and there it was.
Yeah, but the Q one is like batshit crazy. Like it's fringe weirder, whereas like this actually involves the real world.
Well, I know, but I can't think of another one that's a conspiracy theory. I mean, Hunter Biden came true. I keep bringing it up because it's prescient in my mind.
And it's funny.
Also, I wanted to read you a poem.
Are you hitting on me?
Ew.
I find that offensive.
Scroll back up for a minute. Just look
That's
at Bill.
mean.
Do you have Bill Gates on this?
I am a gentleman, you absolute asshole.
Could you have Bill Gates and his mommy milkers on the screen while I read this poem?
Oh God, do I have to?
Yeah. This is what I was thinking about before. I just wanted to. You asked me if I had a rebuttal, and here it is. Milky, milky, warm and tasty. Mommy, milky,
no.
tasty, refreshing milk from mommy's udders. I want mommy's and no others. Give it, give it, give it now. Give me milky, lazy sow. Until you do, I'll scream, I'll shout. I'll cry, I'll whine, I'll stomp about until my belly's full and happy. I refuse to take a nappy, which is an American phrase and not a British one. His nappy means something different. There you go. Sorry, let's continue with the article.
Did you just come up with that on the spot?
No, it's a coffee pasta.
So gross.
Refreshing milk from mommy's udders. Anywho, in June 16 of 2020, BioMilk raised $3.5 million in funding in a round led by Breakthrough Energy Venues in an investment firm founded by Gates to support the fund innovations to counter climate change. In the North Carolina-based startup aims to produce breast milk outside of the human body. More coverage about the company can be seen here. An interview with CNN on March of 2022, co-founder and chief science officer Leila Strickland said BioMilk is still 3 to 5 years off from getting the product to market. The product would also need regulatory approval. Contacted by Reuters, a spokesperson for BioMilk confirmed that timeline and said that the company, quote, does not have a product on the market and is still in a stage of research and development. In other words, they're basically saying, oh, this is all false. There's nothing weird going on here whatsoever. At all. Nothing. Now,
who's buying this?
Time, well, this article, not that. I only pushed it. Sorry about that.
That was the gayest thing you ever read.
He'll cover this. I'll use the restroom as well. So I'll be right back.
Wait, what am I covering?
The Guardian article about why actually breastfeeding's bad. So don't do that. You have to buy Bill Gates' mommy milker milk.
Oh, you want to know something funny?
Yeah.
Hold on, see if I can find this. Hold on. This is how you know this place is full of shit. Company said 3 years ago, breast milk offers lifelong health benefits. Let's promote it better. This was said in 2018. 4 years later, oh, it's really bad. This was a couple of months after Bill Gates gave The Guardian, like, what, $2.1 million in funding? Yeah, I'm sure that's not sus at all. Yeah. Bullshit. Don't fucking buy that. Not even for a little. Let's see. Let's just contrast the articles, see what they say. Turns out breastfeeding really does hurt. Your bangs offends me. Sorry, I just felt like saying that. I get that I don't want to put us off, but there are many reasons why people might have to stop guilt trips and secrecy doesn't help. Okay. I never thought breastfeeding would be hard. When I thought about it at all, my mind conjured...
It doesn't really matter. The point is that it's a curious
Beatific?
time.
That's not what I've ever heard.
It would cause when I thought about it, my mind conjured beatific.
Oh, that's what that means?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what beatific, okay.
Beatific, scenes, yeah, suffused. You can tell the kind of person this is. Suffused with a sort of religious glow. There I was, genteelly.
Bitch, stop using the thesaurus.
Look at the language here, right? Like, she's clearly gone to thesaurus.com.
Yes.
Genteelly offering the child a nipple in the manner of a Renaissance Madonna, which the child accepted politely and cherubically. What a pretty picture we made.
I'm already off-put by this article just because the language is so overly wanky.
But remember, this is May 9th of 2022. So already,
I'm already pissed off just how this is written.
This is just last week, and it's been like, hey, fuck, breastfeeding, right?
Yeah. Do you know what?
You gotta go buy baby formula.
Do you want to?
I was shocked by that only 25%.
You want to see something funny?
Yeah, always.
Guardian said 4 years ago. Breast milk offers lifelong health benefits. Let's promote it better.
Well, that used to that was the consensus for years. That breast milk.
Yeah, but this is from their own website.
I know, and I'm saying that was the consensus, not just from Guardian, but from every developmental pediatrician that I
yeah, your body produces breast milk. It's almost like this is what Mother Nature is telling you to feed your fucking kid, you moron.
Yeah, it helps. Now, already the baby grows inside the mommy's tummy, and so
idiots.
They get some of the immune system protection, but the breast milk helps with the immune system protection.
I mean, Era, to be fair, I use overly complicated words in my videos, but it's more because it's funny with a drunken accent. I mean, if you sound drunk and you say the word superfluous, it just sounds really funny.
Really?
Yes. He actually uses it in the beginning of the film.
Dude, this gets worse. Listen to this. Well, those preconceptions were, excuse my language, complete horseshit.
That's the most honest thing she's going to write in this entire fucking thing, isn't it?
It's all complete horseshit. These days, I envisage more of a triptych.
Oh God, why do you write like this?
Face purple with hangry fury. Hangry? The infant Jesus presetting milk down Mary's front. The infant Jesus and the nappy explosion. Ew, lady, what the fuck is this? A few weeks ago, I wrote about the negativity surrounding parenthood and how people love to bombard pregnant women with it. The only exception I'd make to this is breastfeeding. Breastfeeding has incredible PR. You're told constantly how amazing it is for you and the baby. It's the best way to nourish and bond with your child. Yeah.
Because it is.
Yeah, it is. Who become a genius as a result? No, to become a normal human being.
No, just become normal,
so convenient. Yeah. You'll lose so much weight. I've never heard that one.
I've never heard that either.
It's hugely beneficial to the baby's health. Yeah, it is. It's the antibodies Okay? No one says it hurts, at least not beforehand. I don't know, lady, who are you talking to? Once you tell other mothers it hurts, they grimly say, "Yep." It makes sense that it would hurt because having a small creature attacking your nipples every 40 minutes would hurt, wouldn't it? That's okay though, because you're told they'll toughen up. Tough nipples, just what I always wanted. Lady, the entire history of the human fucking species. Get over it.
I'm sorry, were you hoping to keep your sensitive nipples, would you?
It's good for you. What the fuck is that? It's good for your baby. Do you care more about the sensitivity of your nips than the health of your baby? What are you doing?
I'm guessing she likes foreplay.
Meanwhile, if you tell professionals that it hurts, they will tell you you're doing it wrong, which makes it feel worse. Maybe you are doing it wrong historically. Be surrounded by experienced female relatives who would help position you and the baby correctly. Well, why don't you go to a doctor with the baby and ask about that? The UK is one of the lowest breastfeeding rates in the world. Just 24% of women exclusively breastfeeding at 6 weeks in England, and 1% at 6 months. That was the number I wanted to look for too. 1% at 6 months. They've all moved on to formula.
By the way, you missed a part there.
What did I skip over?
Is it perhaps you feel like enough of a failure because desperately wanting to feed your child with your body and not being able to tap into something quite fundamental, really something that may have the potential to make you feel depressed. Okay, so try. This is the stupidest fucking excuse. Like, oh look, I can't feed my baby, therefore I have to get phone because I feel like a failure. Suck it up, you little bitch.
Well, as we said before, there are women who really can't. They really can't.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's not most of them.
It's a portion, and that's why formula exists. But why is it 75% are not breastfeeding?
Because probably they were told not to.
Because they were told not to, probably.
Yeah.
At 75% at birth and 1%, 75% at birth are not breastfeeding, and 99% in 6 months. Now, I think you should probably stop breastfeeding around a year. It should be about when it's time to stop, you know. But it's like an upper limit. Because at that point, the baby's able to eat more solid foods, still soft foods, but able to eat more food than titty milk. From my understanding, I am not a mother yet. I likely will not be, but I'd like to be. But from my understanding, that's the way it works. Still, that's crazy. 8 out of 10 women stopped before they wanted to. Then why'd they stop? Furthermore, while breastfeeding is linked to lower rates of prenatal depression, I'm guessing because they have to go back to work, right? It's that thing, right? I mean, that would just be my guess based on the other article. A large-scale survey also found that women who wanted to breastfeed but did not or could not were over twice as likely to become depressed as mothers who had not planned to or who did not breastfeed. Oh, okay. But you did not delineate these two data sets. Was it women who could not and did not? I would also imagine that when you have to stop breastfeeding, it's going to cause some depression because you're going to lose a sense. Let's be real. Let's look at the actual data. Let's look at actual human biology. The most amount of oxytocin that is produced by the human body is produced between physical contact between a mother and her young child, her particularly infant child. Oxytocin is a bonding hormone. It's what makes people fall in love with each other, by the way. It's the same hormone. It's caused by about 15 seconds to 30 seconds of skin-to-skin contact. The human body will produce this hormone to greater or lesser degrees, but the most in mothers. Why is that gross that a mother needs and the baby are producing these hormones in a like to bond them to one another so that they're connected? You don't want the mom to want to abandon her child. That's why the body produces these things. Why is that gross, Spoon?
I
don't get why it's gross. Anyways, this goes on for a minute. I don't know how much I care. But the main reason I wanted to bring this article up, I don't really give a fuck, is that it's curious that this article is released during the height of the when it became evident that there was a problem with the supply chain for formula, and this woman is writing Rhiannon and Lucy Coslet is writing an article about how breastfeeding's bad. So you need formula, don't you? So you need to be very upset about the lack of formula. It just kind of seems more than coincidental to me, correct?
A little bit.
All right. So we have 2 more topics. The one I really care, the one will take 2 seconds. It's about Biden sending troops to Somalia, which you know me about. So thought we just do this real quick. It'll be quite I think a quick topic.
Oh fuck! This isn't working.
What's up?
No, I downloaded something. And
did you download a car?
What?
Did you download a car?
Download a car? What are you talking about?
3 and I were joking about this earlier. You're not familiar with that old anti-piracy ad? Like, you wouldn't download a car.
Oh, that thing. Oh god.
Yeah.
That's don't even joke. That's terrible. It's a stupid thing. Yes, I'm aware it exists. Now, back off.
We have a short Somali.
Hold on, so I get this stupid article up.
Well, you told me about this, and I found the two articles on it, which make it quite funny.
Hold on. Oh, whoops. There we go. Why is Joe Biden sending troops to Somalia? Good question.
Go ahead and answer it. I'll take a break for a minute.
Okay. President Biden signed an order on Monday authorizing the redeployment of several hundreds of special operation troops in Somalia, which under former President Donald Trump withdrew 700 ground forces in his final weeks in office. I didn't ask for your opinion, you fat bastard. In addition to this order reversing Trump's withdrawal, the president has also approved a request by the Pentagon allowing the targeting of a dozen suspected leaders of the Somali Islamic extremist rebel groups of Al-Shabaab, which is believed to be affiliated with Al-Qaeda, the New York Times reported. And the New York Times says that it's probably a load of absolute wank. As according to the Pentagon, the troops deployed in Somalia won't be used in combat operations, but they will be repositioned around Africa to train and support Somali forces fighting against Al-Shabaab. Our forces are not now, nor will they be directly engaged in combat operations, said the Pentagon Press Secretary John Kirby. The purpose here is to enable more effective fight against Al-Shabaab by local forces.
If you notice, the next portion of this MSN article is, why is Biden sending troops to Somalia now? And they're going to give you an example. I would suggest you read this part, and then immediately afterwards read this article, as I just sent you.
Yeah. As for the actual, we can probably guess the actual reason. Biden's decision to redeploy troops in Somalia comes as something of a surprise, and not really, as the order is in stark contrast with last year's controversial decision to completely pull American forces out from Afghanistan. But Monday's order was to approve by the president with the goal to enable a more effective fight against Al-Shabaab. Yes, because America really gives a flying fuck about terrorism, even though it is the main sponsor of fucking terrorism next to Iran. According to National Security Council spokeswoman Adrienne Watson, American ground forces have been largely pulled from Somalia by Trump in 2020 when the former president ordered that 750 troops be removed from the African country. American troops operated on a rotational basis, with forces remaining for only a short time in the country to train and advise their Somali counterparts. Military leaders said that Trump withdrawal and its following rotational system resulted in a waste of time, money, and momentum. I can describe the Biden administration with that same fucking sentence. In March, General Stephen Townsend, head of the U.S. Africa Command, said the system was like commuting to work and was endangering the American troops. The decision to reintroduce a persistent presence was made to maximize the safety and effectiveness of our forces and enable them to provide more efficient support to our partners, Watson said, following the announcement of the new redeployment decision on Monday. The U.S. will send under 500 troops to Somalia, according to a senior Biden administration official who spoke on condition of anonymity quoted by the Associated Press. Yeah, now that is the reason that the American press have said. Now, what is the actual reason?
Well, the actual reason, I'd like to just find the date. So the MSN article is from like. The MSN article is from yesterday. This article, the oil market news article, is from earlier this year, I believe. See the date on it? Oh, it didn't. I can't bring it up from my. Avast won't let me look at the website for some reason. What the fuck? What is this? Oh my god, Avast won't let me look at marketnews.com. Interesting. Oh my god. Oh no. Hello? Oh, Avast just freaked out at me, and I thought closed Discord. It's not on my. God, I can't even see Discord. Oh no. Oh, weird. Discord saying starting to. How bizarre. What the fuck? Well, my Avast hated that website and won't let me go to it. So you're gonna have to go to Oil Market News. And it literally like fucked up my entire computer. I've been acting odd lately. How so, Ardent Parody? You
How
don't
do I
have to
do it
read it.
again?
I literally can't even. I can't even literally. I cannot look up that article. It got so bad it crashed Discord.
So Richard Anderson's Coastline Explorations chief executive tells Proactive that it is the only oil and gas company active in Somalia present, and the offshore opportunity there is impressive. Somalia has the longest coastline in Africa and the longest in the warm water. It is an area larger than the North Sea and completely unexplored. No investment advice. The company is a publisher. You understand and agree that no, fuck off. That's not the one I sent you.
Wait, what?
Is that the one that I sent you?
Yeah, that's it. This is the same information from the article that you sent me. Yeah.
Hold on a second.
The point of the matter is that Somalia has huge untapped oil, right? That's the issue. And then all of a sudden, Biden decides he's going to invade Somalia. No, he's going to engage in protective stuff with Somalia, of course. That was just a cute little sideline. I thought the last thing we'd end with is the least cute thing ever, and the really sad stuff, which is the Buffalo shooter. We're in here long enough now. By the way, guys, if you have enjoyed the stream, this is the dangerous portion. This is where we get into things that are gonna make YouTube and Mommy Susan very upset. Which is the Buffalo shooter.
That's from The Guardian. It's going to be some lame take, probably.
Sure it is. Would you mind doing this last one for me? And then after that, I think I'll probably be better. Just as a basic overview, I think probably most people are aware that last week, and this article will go over what happened. So there was a shooting. There were actually several shootings that happened in the United States last week, mass shootings. But this is the one that got mainstream attention.
Let's see how 4chan's toxic culture. I can't fucking talk today. Radicalized Buffalo shooting suspect. Yeah, I'm totally sure. By the way, this was the guy who was.
We're gonna go over. I have his manifesto and stuff.
Oh god, I need to register to this. No, fuck off. There we go. By the way, does anyone notice that you can't find the manifesto anywhere?
I've got it right here.
Well, you actually have the whole thing?
Yeah, of course I do.
Where'd you find it?
4chan, where else?
Oh, okay.
I know
okay.
I'm about to defend 4chan, but yeah, I found it through 4chan.
Because in it, he actually says he started out as like a lefty commie.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
And then he moved further right, but he was still an authoritarian leftist.
Destiny has been getting in trouble on Twitter for pointing out the things that this guy has said in his own freaking manifesto. But as I pull this up, because it's taking a minute for it to load for me, if you wouldn't mind reading the article about how that infamous hacker known as 4chan is responsible for this thing that happened. And I brought this article up because it also explains what happened.
Let's see. Peyton Grindren's 180-page manifesto. That's a long manifesto, by the way. But straight from the site's politics board, echoing anti-Semitic and racist myth. I don't know. I've been on.
The vast majority of it is literally just memes.
I've been on the poll board, by the way. It's not anti-Semitic and racist. It's just really based. Let's read some of the 4chan.
Anti-Semitic and racist, but sure.
Based. Same thing.
Oh fuck.
Just. For goodness sake, I'm one of the few people who are like far right who isn't just hating on the Jews because they're Jews, because I just think it's a stupid thing to do. I never understood that. It's like, oh look, there's a bunch of people who are really successful. We should all hate them. Why? Why don't you just copy what they do? They stick together really, really well. Like, oh yeah, because if the Jews do that, they can totally do that. But if white people do that, it's very white supremacy. It's like, fuck
fine
off.
If black people do it. It's fine if Hispanic people do it. It's fine if Asian people do it. It's fine if Jews.
Do you know why they get upset why white people do it? Because we conquer the whole fucking world when we do.
we kind of tend to.
Oh, don't get white people together. Do you know why? Because we'll restart the fucking British Empire again. And then we'll do really base things like end slavery. Or in this case, kill wokeness.
You tend to do that.
Well, I mean, the Dutch people, we don't really do that. We just segregate them. We just sail to another part of the world and just colonize and go, no, we're not going to kill you, but we just kind of want you to move away. And kind of mistreat you because you are not smart enough to handle democracy. And then they institute democracy and then the whole country goes to shit. Just weeks after the 4chan motivated a quadruple shooting... After 4chan motivated a quadruple shoot... I like the way that 4chan did this and not he went onto 4chan and then read shit. Like the material is just there.
It's more complicated than that, actually.
Yeah, but this is the way that it's been framed. The racist and conspiracy-orientated leftist, that no one wants to talk about, online message board probably inspired. Probably. So it's not even definitive.
Well, okay.
God damn, this is getting weaker by the fucking sentence.
The far-right 4chan, but the reality...
Someone said no one cared about the Dutch. Fuck you.
The reality is, he was talking about all the stuff on Discord. And,
with the feds.
Well, allegedly. I mean, I would be shocked if they weren't feds, but I have his manifesto up. By the way, I have to be clear, we talked about it earlier, another INTJ this guy is, but disavow.
Okay, I don't think that's indicative of a desire to go shooting.
He also posted pictures of Sam Hyde and stuff.
That makes no sense, by the way, when I literally have a cannon.
Again, just saying that, like, his manifesto it's like 180 pages long. Guys, about half of it are just memes. Just pictures of memes and charts that he saved off of poll.
Are they good memes?
Some of them are okay. It's pictures of his guns. It's not.
I love how scared the left are of guns, by the way. It is really fun.
Manifesto. It's mostly, but I'm saying the majority of it is just fucking poll memes. Like page after page after page. And then,
so he's just someone who lives on 4chan, basically.
His conversations with people on Discord. It's not a manifesto. It's schizophrenic shit posting.
Oh, good. And here's another old another old TV show that's going to go woke. It's Scooby-Doo, because, you have to ruin that, yeah. Oh, speaking of that, New York's Attorney General has launched an investigation into Twitch, Discord, and 4chan in connection with the mass shooting in Buffalo that killed 10 people. My fucking God.
But I do want to bring up,
I hate these people.
has brought up as well, did you always hold these views? When I was 12, I was deep into communist ideology.
So this is well before 4chan.
High school, and asked about
How old is he?
You will hear that when he was 12. From age 15 to 18, however, I consistently moved further right on the political compass. I fall in the mild, moderate, authoritarian left category, and I would prefer to be called a populist. He does at some point he has posted his political compass. He is an authoritarian leftist. He is not a conservative. He's an authoritarian leftist. Now he just in the way that many people on the left hate white people and hate conservatives, he just hates Jews. But other than that, he agrees with much leftist politic. He just hates Jews and non-whites.
Hating the Jews is a leftist thing, by the way.
Is it what?
Hating the Jews is a leftist thing.
Yes.
I mean, the Jews are very successful. Of course, the left hates them. They're successful.
Yeah. And does he glow in the dark? Yeah, he does appear to, guys. I mean, I don't know. I've read the logs. It appears that maybe he was being, in some ways, influenced.
This is a good point.
On Discord. Yeah. What was a good point?
Do you know Michael Tracy?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. He's really good on Twitter, by the way.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, it says, Dem's obsession with disinformation arises from their related obsession with expertise. Suddenly, if you express a divergent view on everything from COVID to January 6th to Ukraine, it's only because you've been tricked by disinformation to reject the expert consensus. 100% fucking true.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Exactly. And it's really funny because if you happen to reject all of those things and you went with the dissenting opinion, you would be correct. So there kind of comes a point where, well, how many of the current things have the experts been wrong? The anointed ones, everything.
I mean, again, it was
literally they've been wrong about absolutely fucking everything. It makes you want to go, why the fuck are you listening to experts who have a track record of being wrong on literally everything? I don't know how the fuck any human doesn't think that. It's like the most common sense.
If you haven't seen my most recent video, that was the topic of it. And yeah, that seems to be the.
But I don't understand how humans don't work like that. That to me is just your primary motivation to do anything or to see any information is this effective? If the answer is no, why the fuck do you still follow it? I don't understand how that isn't how any mind operates. The fact that people don't think like this makes me just think, how do you not do this? How does your brain work if you don't go by what is actually effective? I don't understand how you don't look at something and go, does this actually work? Is this thing that I am being told, is it actually true? Like, is it testable? And if you see these people say, this is the thing, and you see it over and over again, they're incorrect. At what point do you go, why am I listening to these people? They don't have any fucking correct opinions on anything. Your brain is broken if you can't see that these people are full of shit. Like, I don't. Fucking hell, it's just bizarre to me. Anyway, go on.
Oh, I'm just gonna read like.
No big words equal no big smarty.
no big words. From what we understand, he was involved in a bunch of people on Discord who were telling him all kinds of weird shit. He's talked about poll and using 4chan's poll board. Yeah, the exact quote is, I started browsing 4chan in May of 2020 after extreme boredom. I remember this was during an outbreak of COVID. I would normally browse K, that's the weapons board, because I'm a gun nut, and out because I love the outdoors, it's the outdoor board. And I eventually wound up on poll. There I learned through infographics, shit posts, and memes that the white race is dying out, that blacks are disproportionately killing whites, that the average black takes $200,000 from taxpayers in their lifetime, and that the Jews and the elites were behind this. From here, I also found other sites like worldtruthvideos.website.
He's not wrong about that. I mean,
not the Daily Stormer.
Not the Jewy part, but the elites behind that is definitely true. I mean, LBJ literally said, "I'll have these, voting Democrats for the next 100 years."
People do take $700,000 on average from the.
Yeah, so that's true.
I mean, again, he read certain infographics that were true, but I think he was still influenced by.
See, that's why they want to censor the truth, because they think that will happen.
Yeah. And Daily Stormer, where through data and exposure to real information, I learned the truth. We are doomed by low birth rates and high rates of immigration. I never even saw this.
Again, that's true.
Until I found... Again, he's right, but he's also a psychopath, dude. And that's why they. But here's what they want. Ultimately, I'll put it this way: would not the CIA or the FBI or whoever, some glowy organization, want to take somebody like this and be like, yeah, now go kill random people in a grocery store so that all of your ideas that are true can be discounted as conspiracies? Right? Would that not be the point?
Well, the way they're framing it, yeah.
I'm not trying to say this is a conspiracy theory. I'm saying that, like, wouldn't that be convenient? Because he's saying true things, but also insane things. And also, he did an insane, unforgivable, evil thing. We have to be fucking clear about that. This man is a terrorist, and what he did is unforgivable and disgusting. We all know that here, obviously. This man is a fucking psychopath. But we're going to have to try to... I mean, you have to try to understand after the fact, why did someone do something? We are doomed by low birth rates. I have never even saw this information until I found these sites, since I mostly would get my news from the front page of Reddit. Wow. I didn't care at the time.
Left this side of shit.
I know. I didn't care at the time, but as I learned more, I realized how serious the situation was. Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore. I told myself eventually I was going to kill myself to escape this fate. My race was doomed. There was nothing I could do about it. But then, after browsing Poll one day... This is the thing that's so insane to me. Redditors hate Poll. They don't go onto that website randomly. So this is a non sequitur to me. After browsing Poll one day, I saw a short gif of a man walking into a building and shooting a shotgun through a dark hallway. I didn't think anything of it, but then I saw again, I looked up who this person was and thought to myself, why did this person do it? The person was Breton Tarrant, and after some searches, I found the 17-minute live stream of him attacking the Al Noor Mosque. I eventually found his manifesto and read it. I found that I mostly agreed with him. Finally, I thought to myself, perhaps there is a chance we can combat this. Maybe there's a chance we can take control and prevent our genocide. That's why, by the way, he killed or shot at white people as well. Okay? Maybe we can combat this hedonistic, nihilistic, and individualistic insanity that has taken control of Western thought. Then I found other fighters like Patrick Crusius, Anders Breivik, Dylan Roof, John Ernest. These men fought for me and had the same goals that I did. And therefore,
they made fuck all difference.
Why? They did not make... They made fuck all of a difference. And fuck them.
Yeah, and they just made it difficult for regular people to own guns.
And by the way, I have a picture here. If you can pull up this image. Not only was he inspired by Breton Tarrant, he copied entire sections of his manifesto.
Oh wow, you weren't kidding.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the screen, by the way.
It's disgusting. Fuck this guy. And I don't want to.
Sloppy job, Mossad. Oh, they think it's because the feds did it.
I think the feds did it. I don't think we've said his name, have we? Good, because I don't want his name to be out there. I don't want anyone to know his name, honestly. I just know him as just some crazy white guy. Sorry, I meant to not say his name on the stream because fuck this guy. He's sickening to me. I think in the Discord logs, there was some weird shit where it certainly looked like he was being kind of groomed. He posted, by the way, I'll put it this way. He posted everything he was planning on doing onto Discord for months beforehand. Right? For months and months beforehand, he had posted everything on Discord. What he planned to do. And then, in fact, other people were kind of egging him on. Or so it seemed. So I don't know if they were glowies or what, but it's certainly bizarre. God, his fucking manifesto is so terrible. It's just so many memes. Like, it's... I mean, I'd show you guys, but, like, there's a lot of N-words and stuff in it. And... oh, here's his political compass, though. Here's his political compass. Let me save his picture. Put it down. Okay. Hairspoon. This is his fucking... Here's his political compass. Does this guy seem like a far right-winger to you?
Hold on, let me see.
If you don't mind publishing that fucking image. That's from his manifesto. This is from his manifesto. And let me know.
No.
He said, I browse our political compass memes on Reddit. So you can see I'm quite into politics.
If you flip mine 180 degrees, I'm probably...
He's at SUNY, by the way, which is a New York university. He's from New York. This guy... I don't think he really got indoctrinated or whatever by poll. I think that he just... I think he actually kind of found people who accepted him on Discord, and they were glowies. Because, again, he can't... This is why, by the way, that all this stuff involving the Buffalo shooting is being very, very quickly scuttled, if you haven't noticed. Why this is being very, very quickly memory holed. Because no one wants you to see that image that's on the screen right now. Nobody wants you to see that freaking image. No one wants you to see the image that's on the screen right now about this guy. That's in his manifesto about his political positions. That he's a left-wing authoritarian.
Yeah, I wonder why.
No one wants you to see that. That's why they don't want anyone to know about this anymore. Like, wasn't it? Did you notice this, Spoon? Because I always notice take note of these kinds of things. But this was a huge issue for like 2 days, and then it disappeared as information started to come out about this guy.
Well, yeah, it was the same thing with the black guy who wrecked the Christmas one.
And Patricia's Von Kempen, you're completely correct. He's insane. He took any ideology that he found next to him. I agree with you 100%. Crazy people will find an ideology and use it to explicate their freaked up worldview. And Yiz, thank you. I'm glad you're here, Yiz. Because, like, this guy's... It's going to be used as a reason to say that, like, white people have to be more ashamed of themselves and white people are so evil and so terrible. It's only going to be further evidence of that. And it comes at just a perfect time, doesn't it? So, you know, in terms of being politically expedient. Oh, I hate all of it, right?
Again, I've never understood that.
What do you mean? Which part?
The bit where I have to feel ashamed because of what somebody else did. Like,
I don't feel ashamed of what someone else did. I feel disgusted by what he did, but it doesn't make me feel ashamed.
This thing of like, oh, white people should be ashamed of themselves. Bitch, I came from conquering ancestors.
Oh, yeah.
If you think I'm going to feel guilty because your ancestors suck and mine were better than you, fuck you, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
Eat a dick.
You're right. The left-wing media apparatus quickly went to like, Tucker Carlson mentioned white replacement theory, so he must have radicalized this kid. And it's like, well,
he doesn't even like Fox.
No, he doesn't, first of all. And secondly, what do you mean white replacement isn't real? Like, here's the thing. This is what's so ridiculous. They brag about white replacement until somebody gets mad about it.
It was Jimmy Fallon who said it. Who said that on stage at a show and people started clapping.
Yeah. Oh, that we're gonna get. Yeah, we're gonna.
And even his face was like, "What the fuck? Why are you clapping this?" Like, yeah.
Yeah, because people. That's the common. It's a common thing of like, yeah, we want to outbreed white people. We want to get rid of white people. We hate. It's so common within their freaking narratives. The left wing is pretty open that they hate white people. I didn't think that was a conspiracy theory. I mean, like, I don't know. Ask any of them. Like, do you hate white people? And they'll be like, yeah, we hate whitey. I didn't think that was a conspiracy theory. Including that they want to replace white people. I don't. It's only a conspiracy theory when some psychopath includes it in their manifesto. A psychopath who happens to be a radical left-wing person. But I'm just saying, like, he's just seems to be a crazy dude. He seems to be out of his freaking gourd. But, you know, either way, the left laughs and cheers about white replacement when they think it's a joke, and they're getting it. And I don't really understand that, by the way, either. Like, I guess it's because they think white people are a problem. Because white people will stand in the way of their advancement of their left-wing ideas. But I'm just telling you, my guys, I don't think that's what you want longitudinally. Because you're going to have someone to have to run this shit. Sorry. Someone's got to run it.
What the fuck?
I'm just saying right now it's mostly white people running it. Running the show.
That's the way it should be.
Well, no, I mean, like, what are you going to do if you get rid of all the people who are running the institutions and the society that you want to take over? And you
it will collapse.
Yeah, I think it will.
This is why I said if you did a secession movement right now and you split it between the left and the right, this is in my opinion what happened. The left side, if you're white, you're in danger.
Yeah, obviously.
And the reason I say this is because if the right...
They're open that they hate you.
Yeah, but if the right boogeyman is gone, guess who they're going to turn on? You.
Yeah.
If you're white and you're progressive and there's no conservatives, they are going to kill you. I guarantee you.
That's gonna mean that's gonna mean Vosh is gonna mean everybody, everyone who's advocated for that position.
Yeah, you're gonna get killed.
For you first.
Yep, you're gonna be first. And I don't really give a shit about that.
You're a white person who advocates for this stuff, while basically being like, well, all white people are evil. All white people are evil. Do you think that's going to stop at you? And you're like, no, I'm not one of the bad white people. We just spent decades telling them that all white people are evil, and you're white. So, how do you think that's going to work, homie?
Yeah, that's going to end kind of badly.
Don't think it's going to work in your interest, man.
Oh, what the fuck?
What's up?
I'm trying to download something.
I don't know how much we want to talk about the this guy's stuff. It's just the reality is he was clearly influenced by Tarrant.
Something is really wrong with my machine.
I guess so, man. I don't really know what. How many people did he actually shoot and kill, though? Let me find this. He killed 10.
This is a good meme from Larry Elder. Why did the Biden administration quickly shut down the governance disinformation board? Its members watched 2,000 Mules and said Trump won.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess so. Nice D'Souza meme. But yeah, he killed 10 people at a grocery. And the thing is also that, like, he drove to a grocery store in a predominantly black area, but yet he killed white people there. So, what I'm trying to say about this guy is he a racist? Yeah. Is he a psychopath? Yeah. Has he been indoctrinated? It seems so. Is he somehow representative of the mainstream right? What the fuck are you talking about?
No.
Well, interestingly, we don't have to hear anything about the guy who ran over a bunch of children in Portland or wherever. No, where was it? Not in Portland. Where was it? Was it in Portland?
Something with a K.
In Kenosha. In Kenosha.
No, it wasn't Kenosha. It was Waukesha, something like that.
Waukesha.
That's the one. Something with a W.
In Waukesha, not Kenosha. In Waukesha, he ran over and killed how many people? Black Lives Matter activists. That was fine. Nobody give a fuck about that. But this is I guarantee you, this is going to be in the news for the next 3 fucking years.
No, it's gonna be like 2 weeks and then it'll die out.
Actually, never mind. You're right. Because he's a leftist, that's why. Because he's a leftist, so then it will die out immediately because it's not interesting. Goddamn. It's sickening. They'll still use it to promote their gun grabbing and promote their
Yeah, but that doesn't even work.
No.
It happens every fucking time.
I know. We'll have to see what happens. Anywho, I think we've actually come to the end of what we had to talk about. I didn't want to dwell on this because it's depressing. I want to get to it last because it's awful. Anywho, do you have anything else
No,
you
I'm
want to add?
good.
All right. Thanks, guys, for joining us tonight for today's episode of Broken Crown. And thank you, 3 of 12, for showing up. And thank you, Spoon, for joining me, as always. Again, if you would like to support the channel, you can send us a super chat. If you don't want to send a super chat, there is the merch that's down in the description. And you can also, if you're down there, come join the Discord and hang out with us every Saturday, I believe. I do believe it's every Saturday. If I'm not incorrect, Kiza does play a movie, or one of us plays a movie on the Discord. You can come hang out with us and we will watch a movie together. Thank you all so much for hanging out, and see y'all next week.